Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Man Them United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, whether they're live or they're after the live show, Manchester United related. Please, people. Wallahi, they're playing against us. Individual errors cost Manchester United. And if Manchester United could deliver on the pitch the same way Eddie delivers these titles week in, week out, we would win it all, people. We would win it all. Manchester United lose again to Brighton. Again, we lose to Brighton. 3-1, like it says in the title, man. Individual errors. So we're discussing that. Of course, more news as well in regards to players leaving. Anthony has joined Real Betis on loan. More talks about Garnacho as well as reports saying that Antonio Conte called him directly. And Chelsea also interested in Garnacho as well. It's all gone quiet on the Marcus Rashford front, and I'm sure there's many more comments. I mean, much more we will discuss as well. Before I bring the gang on, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, please hit the like button on the video. It really helps. Share across all the socials as well. At That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV on Twitter and Instagram. So please retweet and like on Twitter, share from the Instagram, and follow those accounts, because anytime we go live, I always post it on the Sarcasm City TV accounts. And just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV and hit the notification bell when you do as well, because we are closing in on 14k. We super close to 14k. We are. Jeez. Right. At least Jesus, you lot really wanted to tune into the misery. I'm just looking here. We are 22 away from 14,000 subscribers. So we're going to get there. Of course, there will be a 14k party as well. And big up to everyone in the chat. Starlord, big up, man. Good to see you in the chat. Warrior J, of course. As Madison, Lucian Kid as well. And Punish Sam also. And one more thing before I do bring the gang on as well. The Man Them United podcast, you will get it now on Mondays, like today, 4:30 p.m. and also Tuesday. So you're going to get this show twice a week now, people. So the Tuesday show is not going anywhere. That remains the same time slot. You're just now getting this on Monday. And then the fan calling show will be moved to later on today normally. But because I'm back again late because of Chelsea playing Wolves. But so the fan calling show will be Wednesday this week, but then going forward, the permanent slot for it will be 11 p.m. UK time on Monday nights as well. But you got King in the building, we got Eddie in the building. What you man saying, man? What's good?
Big up Eddie, man. Big up Flawless, man. Big up both you, man.
Every time, King. Every time.
Every time. Big up the chat as well, bro. Get Flawless for 14k, bro. You know what? Don't be like some of Manchester United's players, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro. So get it up, man.
Yeah, man. 100%. Eddie, what you saying, man? You good?
All good, man. All good. Just making it through this Monday, man. We good though.
Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. Our work is that what it is. I hear you, man.
Yeah. They on bullshit and it's early in the morning, so
I hear you.
Decompress from time.
I hear that. A big up to Warrior J as well for Amarim's comments, which I will star and we'll get to later on during the show. But like I said, keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United related. And if you want to make sure we get to your questions, super chat people, because I know King's got a lot to say. I know Eddie will have a lot to say, and I'll have a lot to say as well. But unfortunately, there is only one place to start. Manchester United 1, Brighton 3. We'll go to you, Eddie, man. Thoughts on the game and what you see, and etc.
Yeah, I've established a task force called Operation Get 'Em Gone. Onana. I forget your first name. I don't even want to learn your first name. The disrespect is real, dog. It's real, it's up, and it's stuck. This goalkeeper, I cannot stress to you enough how much of a disappointment this guy is. It's one thing to let your city down. It's another thing to let your state down. It's a bigger thing to let your country down. And it's the biggest thing to let the continent down. No. We was trying to prop you up as an African goalkeeper you can trust. And this is what you do. Pitiful performance. Absolutely pitiful. For a guy who puts himself up there, promotes himself as a strong, brazen guy, you're not brave at all.
Well,
you're not brave at all. I remember when De Gea wouldn't claim anything in his box.
Yeah.
I remember the feeling that gave me. I have the same feeling with you, bro. He's just not good enough to be our goalkeeper. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Put him buying deer. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Get another goalkeeper for this manager who fits what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just done. I'm done with this guy, man. And to the players, I'm not going to spend too much energy on the players because they're exactly who I thought they were since the beginning. That's why I don't care for Amarim or INEOS talk right about now. I care about us putting the pressure on these players because it's the usual suspects every time. The goalkeeper, the star midfielder, and this pains me to say, but it's the truth. The quote-unquote wing back, right wing back or left wing back, whichever one Delo was playing.
Yeah, left wing back. He was playing left.
I can't put it into context like how much these guys have continued the tradition that ETH established and making us a comedic joke of a club. This is what's happening, people. Y'all want to talk about Amarim? Talk to somebody else. Don't talk about INEOS? Talk to somebody else. Because right now, the biggest thing towards our return to where we should be is these players. We take these players out, we improve. I guarantee you this. We cannot play through the middle of the pitch because of the profiles of our midfield. I end on this.
Go.
When you have a 10 in Ahmad, another 10 in Bruno, 110 and 1-6 in Kobe, and 1-6 in Ugarte.
Yeah. The
technical level of that quartet of midfielders is so low. And I don't blame Ugarte because that's what we signed him up for.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
I don't blame Kobe because he's out of position. There's one man to seriously blame because of his inability to play to the instructions he's been given and do his own thing. And that's when Bruno Fernandes, again, he disappeared. But the only reason I knew he was out there was because, again, he ran around like a headless fucking chicken doing absolutely nothing. It's that simple, people. So I'm going to let the fellas cook, but Operation Get Him Going is in full effect, and that goes for multiple players.
Yeah, it's not just one.
Operation Get Him Going is currently in the process of getting Rashford gone.
Yep.
Of getting Garnacho gone. So we have a high success rate.
Yep.
Stay tuned, people. We will be around, man.
Cool. And we'll get back to it, Eddie, because we got ample time to get things off your chest as well. But King, same to you. Thoughts on the game first and foremost?
Yeah, bro. It's individual mistakes, bro. Individual mistakes again. Obviously, Mazzarri for the first goal should do better. Harry Maguire plays him onside as well. And then for the second one, like you said, Delic could have pressed the player quicker, but Diego Dallo, bro, didn't stop the cross. Diego Dallo let him cut inside, and then obviously again Mazzarri switches off at the back post, and then the third goal. I mean, Andre Onana again. I mean, I wanted at the start when Amarim was first appointed. Obviously, like I wasn't a massive fan of Onana anyway. I was 50-50 on Onana at the start because obviously I saw him at Inter Milan, and at Inter Milan he had a strong defense. That's why that he looked good because he was playing in a team that was defensively very good, and he wasn't facing as so many shots. Under Ten Hag, we were facing 20 shots a game, but under this new system with Ruben Amorim, we're not facing 20 shots a game, and 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 Onana, and the thing is, Onana had the excuse of, like I said, he had the excuse of, oh, we weren't in a great system. Eric Ten Hag, Eric Ten Hag were making those concede 20 shots a game, but now Onana does not have the excuse because we don't have, we are not facing 20 shots a game, like that, and he's still making the same shit, and he's still making the same shit mistakes, bro. You know what man's saying, bro.
Absolutely.
I was tired of him when he let the goal in against Wolves, bro, from a direct corner. That's when I said I've had enough of this guy, bro. Like, bro, you conceded a goal from a direct corner, bro, against Wolves, bro. Like, bro, you can't even, bro. You're not commanding, bro. You can't come out and catch crosses. Like, the guy just useless, bro. We need a new goalkeeper, bro. And yes, I completely agree with Eddie. A lot of the players can't play in Amorim's system, but also, like Flawless has said, like Amorim is not blameless. It's not all of Amorim's fault, but he's not blameless. He's not blameless because I've said so many times, Kobe Mainu in the 8 does not work. Kobe Mainu and Ugarte in the 8 does not work. Kobe Mainu is not an 8 because he does not have the awareness. He does not have the defensive awareness to run back, and he doesn't have the variety of passing range. And this is the thing. Amorim, when I watched a couple of games at Sporting, he likes one of his midfielders to be able to switch to play left to right, left to right, left to right. Kobe Mainu is not going to switch to play left to right, left to right. He's not that type of player. He's the type of player that will shield the ball, go past one or two players, pass it to his teammate next to him, and then he will get the ball back. He will wait for his teammate to pass him the ball. Kobe Mainu likes to do quick give and goals, 1-2s in the final third. That's what Kobe Mainu likes to do. Kobe Mainu is drowning in the midfield. He's drowning in the 8, and I understand Amorim doesn't see him as a 10, but if Amorim does not see him as a 10, then he needs to drop him. And Kobe Mainu is one of my favorite players at this club, but like, you can clearly see in the 8 it's not working. It's not working. And this is the fact. The other problem that I have with Amorim is that he's playing Dalot and Mazarari as wing backs. And I'm not saying Dalot is world class. I'm not saying Mazarari is world class. But they are not bad players. They are just decent players. They're decent players, but they're not anything special. So, like, obviously Mazarari is better than Dalot, but you get the point. But like, the thing is that we are playing too defensive, because it's all good. I give Amorim credit in the Liverpool game and in the Arsenal game, but what you have to realize, people, is that Manchester is that when we face the big teams, we don't have a lot of the ball. We allow Liverpool and Arsenal to have the ball, and then for us to counter-attack quick and transition. And the thing is, when we face these lower teams, we are expected to keep the ball more and more. We expect to have 70-80 possession and control games against these little teams. And Amorim is making, yes, yes, our attack might be not the greatest, but at the same time, Amarim is playing too defensive. I said 2 weeks ago on the fan call in show that I need to see attackers playing at wing back. That's what I need to see going forward, because that's what Amarim's system is meant to be. Amarim's system is meant to allow the wing backs to join with the two tens and the two tens and the wing backs combine.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They do interchanges and they do 1-2. That's the style of play that Amarim wants to play. I understand that, but the thing is, I understand that Mazzarari and the Dallo might be not able to do that job. But the thing is that if we can clearly see that they are not fit for the job. So what Louis van Gaal used to do, yeah, Louis van Gaal used to promote the youth players. He used to promote the youth players like both Jackson and Tyler Blackett. I've said this, like I want Amarim. He should use the youth. He should come on, he should use the youth. Like, you're telling me there's not a left wing back or a right wing back what can play as a wing back better than Dallo and better than Mazzarari.
Right.
In that position is like, come on, bro, use the youth. Like, you spoke about the youth when you first came into this club.
Mhm.
So you use the youth, bro. Experiment more, bro. Because the facts and reality is when you get your pre-season and when you do get your own players in, you're not going to have the same excuses. You're not going to be able to try things and think of things. This is the thing. This is the thing that Amarim needs to do now, because he's not going to get the same excuses the following season.
Mm.
And I know this because we've seen this for Manchester United for God knows how long. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, Amarim's not the biggest problem, but he's not helping himself by playing certain players in certain positions, misprofiling players like Bruno again. Like you know what I mean. Bruno is just Bruno. Bruno's one of the worst players at this club. But you're making Bruno even more worse by playing him in the 10. Bruno plays a little bit better in the 8. In the 10, he's even worse. Obviously, I gave Amarim credit for playing Joshua Zirkzee up front, and he dropped Martinez as well. Obviously you have to give him credit for that, but yeah, man. But the overall problem is, INEOS made the biggest mistake, and the biggest mistake was appointing Dan Ashworth. That was the biggest mistake, because Dan Ashworth was our sporting director. He was the one that wanted to keep Eric Ten Hag. He was the one what wanted to sell Jadon Sancho for 25 million buyback option to Chelsea. He was the guy for that, and apparently the reason why INEOS appointed him apparently was because he was friends with Dan Ashworth, and Dan Ashworth was friends with Sir Dave Brailsford, and he was friends with Jason Wilcox and them people there. Is that, bro? We don't care. I don't care if Dan Ashworth is bedrooms with this person, bedrooms with that person. Can he do the job? I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't care, bro. Like, you should be appointing a man who is best for the job. You shouldn't be appointing a man because he's bedrooms with certain man. Yeah, because we chased him for 7 months. We went to court with Newcastle, everything, blood, everything. Yeah, to get this guy. This guy was so persistent. Yeah, you were so persistent at getting this guy, and then you sacked him, and then now apparently Revel and Jason Wilcox are doing the recruitment, and the thing is, we wasted 20 million on Dan Ashworth. We could have got Sander Berg, who we were linked in the summer. We could have got Sander Berg. We could have got a midfielder in. we could have possibly got another winger in. We possibly could have got another player in. But INEOS decided, you know what, we're going to spend 20 million on Dan Ashworth. And this, and this is what it is. INEOS have done some good stuff, but also they've done some bookie stuff. That's why I'm 50-50, and this is why that we can fully judge in INEOS as well what they do with Amarim, because Amarim is clearly their guy. So we will see if they back Amarim in this transfer window and back him in the summer. But the facts and reality is the biggest mistake was they appointed Dan Ashworth, and they could have they could have either got in another sporting director, or they could have bought a player like Sander Berg for 20 million. And Sander Berg, if we had Sander Berg with Ugarte, that would have been perfect. Because I said I was saying it last time. I was saying we have to get this guy, bro. I was saying it. Rance was saying it. Other United fans were saying we have to get Sander Berg from Burnley, and we allowed him to go to Fulham for 20 million. And we could have used it, and we paid 20 million for Dan Ashworth, and we could have got that Sander Berg because he's very good on the half turn. He's got a good passing range. He can carry the ball in midfield, and he's athletic. He's technically sound, and he's athletic. Like this is the thing, bro. So. And even in the Southampton game, the Southampton game that we won, like I was on Omar channel, and like the thing is, shout out Omar and Max and them man as well. But like, shout out Max as well. But like, the first half was probably one of the worst first halves I've seen. One of the worst first halves I've seen. Like Onana did make a few saves in that game, but. Like the way that we got dominated in that first half, and then Amarim made the changes, and then obviously we managed to turn the game around. Joshua onto some of the positives though. Joshua Zirkzee, like I've been rating this guy again. Joshua Zirkzee, this is why we should have been playing this guy. This is why we should be playing this guy because people have to understand is that Joshua Zirkzee is an extra body in mid. He's an extra body in midfield because he drops deep. He links up with play. You clearly saw that in this game against Brighton. The amount of times in the first half that he was connecting attack after attack after attack. But obviously the final pass, the final pass or the final decision wasn't there. But Zirkzee was connecting everything in the attack. You know what I'm saying? Zirkzee was one of our better players. Same with Ahmad. Even though it might have been not Ahmad's best game, he was still one of our better players. You know what?
I get you. You know he's always going to be, just because of how bad our players are. He's also always going to be one of our better players.
So yeah, and Ugarte, he's been decent in the system, but the past couple of games he struggled. The past couple of games with Kobe Mainoo. Like I said, Kobe Mainoo is not an 8; he's a 10, and Rance said it perfectly. Rance said it perfectly about Kobe and Ugarte. Who can pass? Who can pass in the? If you have them two in the midfield, where's the passer, bro? Where's the Michael Carrick? Where's the Tony Kroos? Where's the Modric? Yeah. Where's someone who
It's not a skill thing with those two. I think it's more profile. I hear you.
Yeah. But this is the thing. Obviously, Mazraoui had a shocker. Dalot didn't do that much. Harry Maguire, apart from the first goal, he was okay. Yenny Euro, he was all right. He was all right after when he got cooked against Southampton. You know what I'm saying? Everyone.
He did all right. He was fine.
Yeah. He was fine against Brighton. Obviously against Southampton, he got cooked. But against Brighton, he was fine. And obviously, Delete I thought was okay as well. But this is the thing, bro. Like, there's so many things wrong with this football club, bro. Like, we're on -5. we're we're 13th in the league, brother. Like
We are
you
13th,
know,
King, man. We are
yeah,
13th.
yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're 13th, like troopers on that, bro. You know what man saying, bro? But hey, yeah, hey, man. You know what man's saying, bro?
I hear
Because
you. Exactly that. I
cause,
hear you.
cause I heard like troops were going at you to today as well, Florida. Cause I saw him on he does a show with Saeed in it. He does a show with
Yeah.
Saeed in it, and he was like, oh, Florida's told me that we were going to get Europe. We were going to get this. We were going to get that. He was going.
Saeed said that or Troop said that?
The troop said that troop said to Saeed, Florida's told me that Man United can get Europe. Yeah, this and that. You know what I'm saying,
I
bro?
did say that a few weeks ago. He's right. He's not lying.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's troops. That's troops for you, brother. But yeah, but going forward, yeah, like we got Rangers, and then we got Fulham next. Like going forward, I do not want to see Colby Mainu in the 8. I do not want to see Bruno Fernandes in the 10. I do not want to see Gallo or Mazzarari as wing backs. If you have to get academy players like Louis Van Gaal did, then use the academy players, bro. Use the academy players because, like I said, this is the only time. This is the only time where you can tweak and do certain stuff because the following season, most of the excuses will be out of the window, bro. Once you get your own players and once you've had a pre-season, and that's where you're gonna get seriously judged. So I don't want to see Dallo or Mazzarari in the wing backs. That's a no go. Like if you're going to play Dallo and Mazzarari, they have to play as centre backs because they're centre backs in this system. They're not wing backs. They are centre backs in this system. And I don't want to see Andre Onana as well. I want Bayonde in goal. Bayonde might be not the greatest option, but he's better than Onana, bro. You know what man's saying, so he can't do any worse than Onana. You know what man's saying, like.
I'm with you on that. Just try him. Let's just
So
see what
yeah,
happens.
there's so many positions. Like obviously, we need a goalkeeper. We need a right. This is for the summer and January. We need a goalkeeper. We need 2 wing backs. We need a left central midfield. We need a left central centre back because Martinez isn't good enough. He isn't good enough. We need a left central centre back. We need an 8. We need a midfielder who is good at progressing and who is technically and athletically sound next to Ugarte. That's who we need. We need an 8 who can do that job. We need a left 10. We definitely need a left 10 because Bruno Fernandes can't play. We all know that Bruno can't play as the left 10. Yeah, and we also, if Amad Diallo gets injured as the right 10, we need another right 10. We need someone to back up Amad Diallo if Amad Diallo was to get injured. Because Xerxes is not a 10, he's a 9, but he's a different type of 9. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously, if we can get in a striker, then get in a striker as well. But there's just so many positions, bro, that we need to strengthen. So yeah, man, I think that's my real thoughts. Really, like I can't really say no.
That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. Sheik, I hope you've calmed down a little bit since yesterday. Big up to Kadeki as well.
Bro. Still working on it.
Shout out to Sheik because we for the first time we made one of the match reaction clips. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie, it was mostly Sheik. You know what I'm saying? He was front and center for that. For that old man was taking hella beeps. Yo, what the fuck? Like, yo. So yes, man. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV.
I saw that clip. He lost his head. Sheik lost his head, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Me on Thursday. I get it. So yeah, man.
I'm still
get it, man.
away from head loss, man. I still am.
Further thought Sheik on the game.
Absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Performance, everything, bro. Absolutely rubbish. Like you would think, that there would be a response after the 2 performances that we just had against Arsenal and Liverpool. But no, back to normality. Nothing. They deserve nothing from this game. And Flawless, I know, like, I woke up probably in the 25th minute and I started watching from then onwards. But whatever I saw from then onwards ain't good enough. Even the fact that we equalized after that, our response, the defense, like our defensive incapabilities, the goalkeeper being at fault again, like everything. Yo, wasn't this game supposed to be like a tribute to Dennis Law, that legend? And didn't we do like a whole tribute before that game started? And this is how you men repay him. That is the type of mentality that you come out with in that game. Like that performance, crazy. I mean, I was nervous about this game in itself, and I was like, you know what? If we actually do get a result against Brighton, be it a draw or a win, then I'm like, okay, that's positives because I actually rate Brighton. And I've been talking about Brighton this season, and I knew when the fixtures came out, this is going to be a tough game. And just look at our record against Brighton, the club itself. I think they have 6 out of their last 7 wins at Old Trafford. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
They have a great record against us. Yeah,
absolutely embarrassing. When the team sheet comes out for Brighton, it's 3 points. It's actually 6 points automatic because they know they'll beat us home and away. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, and King, bro, you were absolutely preaching. Everything that you said, I completely agree with, bro. This team, the mentality of these players is just, I don't know what to say anymore, bro. Seriously, I really, really don't. These men can pick each other, like they can't help each other out. Then who's going to help them? If they don't want to help each other, who's going to help them? I don't think even Ruben playing people in certain positions is going to help the mentality of this squad because they drop and they fold. And anytime they face some sort of adversity, it's a mountain to climb from that moment. And we're lucky that we got good performances from Ahmad against Southampton because it was the same thing. If we're being honest, if Ahmad wasn't there, who's scoring those goals? Who's getting us back into this game? Where's that effort coming from? Even in this Brighton game towards the end, we started giving the ball to Ahmad. Yo, do something. But that's not on him. Why does he have to do something? Why is it that we always have to look to Amad Diallo to do something in this game? And that's not what our club should be in 2025. I hear people talking about, oh, Maguire is a resurgence. Resurgence? We've conceded what? How many goals in our past 5 games since he's been playing? And he's a resurgence in 2025.
4 goals were his fault.
Bro, this is the shit that I'm talking about. And it's like I'm at the moment of head loss again because I'm sick and tired of this team, bro. Every time myself, I back them and I'm like, you know what? I see something and I see what the manager is trying to do with these players and he's working hard and all that type of stuff. It's up to the players and they just don't turn up. It's as simple as that. We play Rangers this week. We play Fulham. I don't expect them to turn up in those games. I really don't. It takes so much hard work to even create a chance for these guys. And that's the thing. It's like, when will things change? And INEOS are just sitting there, just looking at everything. We're getting rid of players, this and that. Anthony's gone to Betis, and we're getting linked with Garnacho going to Napoli and Chelsea and all of that type of stuff. Okay, who are we bringing in? Because that means we're getting rid of 2 squad players that currently actually play as well, whether they get microwave minutes, whether they start, but they play. So if you get rid of them, who's going to come into the squad? Are you going to bring in youth players, Emrim? Are we going to actually go and sign someone? It's just all up in the air. And that's really what it is. Again, it's come to a point for me, I don't know, the head loss yesterday was, I guess, me being pissed more at Onana. But then today I'm just kind of like, why am I really mad about all this type of stuff, bro? Why am I sitting here giving all this energy to all these people when I know that this is what the outcome is always going to be? They're going to let us down because this is what this squad is. This squad showed they can't play in a back 4 last season. This squad showed they can't play in a back 3 this season. What can you play in then? What do you guys even care about? When you guys are in training talking about performances, do you even look at last performances? Do you even assess what you did in the previous game? Does Onana go back and see the mistakes that he's made? No, it's because he wants to take risks and all that shit this season. I told you this, Flawless. From now on, let's let Onana take all our set pieces because these fans told us that he was good on the ball. So cool. Let him take every single set piece. Let him take every single penalty. Let him take every single corner. Let him take all those things because we want to prioritize people on the ball over actual goalkeeping abilities. Robert Sanchez, as much as I shit on him all the time, he does better in that situation. He collects the ball and prevents that goal. And that's what I'm talking about. Basics. Yep. The reason why I'm really pissed at Onana is because I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt. And you know what? I was like, that was your first season. It was under that manager, Ten Hag. Let me give you a chance this season and see how it turns out. Boy, was I freaking wrong. Because he had that little spell in the start of the season where he had good performances. And then all of a sudden, like I said, normality restored. And the thing that I'm really, really pissed about is because he hasn't changed one bit. There's not been any sort of improvement in this game at all. And you've been at the club for 2 years and you've seen the worst of it as well. Like there's so many things that you could have potentially learned from after that past season, and you're still the same. So yeah, this is another problem that we have on our heads on top of the million other problems that we have. And the list just keeps on growing, to be honest. That's really just what it is. The list just keeps on growing. And I still, again, love the fact that Ruben Amorim, I love that he made that comment about we are the worst Manchester United team currently in history. Because that, again, is a wake-up call to the squad. There's no other way for him to get the best out of these players by just repeatedly calling them out. Repeatedly, he calls them out in every post-match press conference, telling them that they ain't good enough. Wake up. We're in a storm. Like, what are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? And I hear part of it is like he keeps persisting with them, which is a little bit of the problem as well, because they're obviously, like King said, there are different things that he could try too. But I think it's based off of what he saw in these past 2 weeks. He saw that these players could have some sort of performance in these past 2 weeks, but then consistency is the biggest issue, and these men are just not consistent. So I've been saying this. I said games where we are not supposed to win, we might get a result. But games that we look at that we might even have a chance, we're not going to win. It's just going to be a whole inconsistent thing all season. And the only way that thing changes is if we buy players this January window. Napoli are discussing 40 to 50 million for Garnacho. What the fuck are we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
Yep.
Take that 40, take that 50, reinvest. You can get 2, maybe 3, but I know for sure you can get 1 quality player from that money. So what are we waiting for? What? Today's January 20th. How many days do we have left? Like 10 or 11 days?
Yeah, 11 days.
Yeah,
11 days. Like 11 days, yeah.
And we're waking up and we're smelling the fucking coffee. Like, that's what we're doing. We're just sipping the fucking coffee. That's literally what we're doing. So what I don't know. Like, I seriously, bro, again, it's come to a point where I just don't understand anything that happens at this club currently. That's with INEOS, sometimes with this manager at times too, with the selections, because I'm just fed up, bro. I'm honestly just fed up. I'm fed up with these players. I'm fed up with everything around this club at this moment, bro. It's terrible. It reeks of last season, and it's majority because it's the same players from last season. But I look at everything and it's just, again, point fingers to INEOS too, because, bro, why are we in this situation? Why did you show incompetence this summer by keeping someone, and now you've set us backwards for so long? These are all mistakes from our previous manager. And what did we do? We're just like, all right, let's bring in a new manager and let's have him try to work out with the previous mistakes and see how that goes. What were you thinking? Why did you think that was going to work? And it's the whole, beating around the bush. They don't even know what decision they want to make, bro, because they first decided to get rid of the manager. Then they decided they wanted to keep him, spoke to different managers, had that whole 10-hour meeting. I don't know what they did in that 10-hour meeting, freaking eating donuts and shit, because I know they weren't talking about anything important. They're just sitting there and waffling. But then again, 10 hours later, they decided to keep him. West Ham, if we had beaten them, Ten Hag would be here. And that is the biggest thing about it, is that Ruben Amorim, this whole thing of Ruben Amorim being here, we wanted him from the beginning, all of that type of stuff, bullshit, because Ten Hag would have been here. And that just shows you the mentality from this club, from the people upstairs, the players, everything. And, bro, the whole lot of them need to go, bro. Every single one needs to go. I'm sick and tired of this shit, bro. For real, this is the second season in a running where we're an absolute joke, an embarrassment. Teams come to our ground thinking it's an easy place to go. And it's so easy for them to have a good result. Look at our last 6 games. We've gone 1-0 down in our last 6 games. 1-0 down.
I didn't even know that.
Yes,
Jesus.
bro. We've gone 1-0 down in our last 6 games. And this is what we're talking about. We start off games like this. Second half too. There's been times where in the second half we concede immediately. So, man, I'm pissed, bro. I'm lost for words, honestly.
Cool,
I'm just yapping and saying a
get
lot
off
of
your
things.
chest,
I
man.
get it, but it's just, bro, I'm done. I'm done, man. After watching this performance yesterday, I'm done, man. I can't take, bro, these players just absolute. Like I have so many things to say about them, but I ain't trying to get your channel canceled, man. But
Mm.
I'm done with these guys, man. Absolute bottle jobs, bro.
Nah, call them by
Yeah.
their appropriate name. They some
Bottle
hoes.
jobs, man.
Continue.
For real, for real, bro.
For real, man. You
Scandalous.
know,
Scandalous.
Bro,
for real
I'll say
though.
this. I'll say this, bro. They wouldn't even if it was like a make a wish kid's child to see a player, they wouldn't even turn up for that, bro. Fuck them. Honestly,
Yeah.
fuck them. They have no heart. They have no passion towards anything, nothing. And then the biggest thing I hear, and I want to get into this too. Maybe you want to talk about it later, but it's this whole Rashford thing, this whole Ruben is being egotistical, all of that stuff, all of that. I wanna say to the chat, I hope he's here. Z, where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at? Because we need to have these conversations. Whenever
Z
Bruno
don't
has
show
a
up
good
here,
game,
bro. Z
whenever
don't show
Bruno
up here,
has a
bro.
good game, you want to be like, oh, you ain't giving credit to Bruno. Where's the credit to Bruno? Where's this?
Yeah,
Where's that?
yeah.
Even
Where
when
are
he
you
gives
now?
credit to
Where
Bruno.
are you now? That's what they would say. Where are you?
Exactly.
Where are you? Where you Bruno haters at that, bro? You know what
Exactly.
man saying?
That's what they wanted to tell us, right? Where are you now? Where are you now? Because this is what I
Kaneki
told you.
cook these motherfuckers.
This is literally what I told all these guys. They want to show up in our chats and they want to be like, oh, why don't you give credit to Bruno? When we give credit to Bruno, why isn't it more credit to Bruno? Why don't you pre-pods glaze him and shit? What do you want us to say? We give credit where it's due. We give criticism where it's due. But you men are just fixated on the fact that you want to prove us wrong. You want to prove me wrong. You want to prove Flawless wrong. You want to prove Eddie wrong. You want to prove Kaneki wrong. You want to prove King wrong. That's all that you guys care about. And this is another problem in our fan base. That one performance or 2 or 3 performances all of a sudden don't highlight the issues that we have. We're all of a sudden, okay, we're back. And, oh, we need to do this. We need to do that. No. Stop it. Because you guys are always the people who say all these things, but you never show up when we have to question you. So where are you today? Where are you today? Because we want to have a word about this performance. When it was Southampton and when it was Liverpool, when it was Arsenal, you guys were here talking about Bruno the whole time. Where's this Bruno chatter now? Where was the Bruno chatter before those 2 games? Because before those 2 games, he was shit. And yesterday, he was shit. And against Southampton, he was shit.
No, Sheik, you need to
And
understand.
majority of the time, he is shit.
No, Sheik. The Bruno chat went the say is right. The Bruno chat is chilling right where the Garnacho chat is chilling. All right. Yeah. Remember, you have to remember. Okay. The Bruno chat. The Bruno chat is right beside. What you say, Leon? The Bruno chat is right beside of the Garnacho chat, because what you bring up, I want Dan Ashworth, and listen to me. Flawless, every day I start to realize why you say I can't be on the Mandem. I realize that I cannot be on the Mandem because I would go, I would humiliate so much people on that channel that they would not talk to Saeed anymore. So I'm going to go on to Dan Ashworth said that there's 5 wingers at Manchester United better than Jadon Sancho. We're right now trying to get rid of 4 of them.
No. I don't mean to interrupt. No, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Boy,
the man said, and I quote, Sancho is our 5th best winger. We are currently getting rid of 3 wingers. 3 of them wingers. Do you know who was in front of Sancho in 4th? Amad Diallo. So Amad Diallo and Jadon Sancho were our 2 worst wingers according to Dan Ashworth. We're now getting rid of the top 3 wingers at the club. Yeah, I just want everybody to just remember that. Okay? Bruno Fernandes, since signing for Manchester United, has cost the club 67 points. I went through this. 67 points since start. He's cost us 67 points and won us 42. Bruno Fernandes, Bruno since signing for Manchester United has won us 42 points, but has cost us 67. The only player at Manchester United to have cost us more points than Bruno Fernandes is Harry Maguire, that's sitting on 92 points.
And them man, and just to clarify, we know them man, like them man, the terrible been there. Word to what Sheik said about when they play well, how everyone got a lot to say, and then when they don't play well, people are quiet. But Kaneki, your thoughts on the game itself?
No, my thoughts on the game. My thoughts on the game itself was it showed why I say the only person that plays well with Amad Diallo is Xerxes. The only chance we looked like we were scoring was whenever the ball goes to Xerxes and Ahmad's making runs off of him. Ahmad and Xerxes are our two best attackers. Literally our two best attackers. Let this be a notion to everybody. Bruno is not an 8. Bruno is not a 10. Bruno is shit, and he needs to go.
He a
Can we?
hoe.
Yeah, can we
Everyone better.
take penalties from this guy now,
Yeah.
please?
Oh,
Yeah,
scandalous.
can I ask? Can I ask? Let's have a genuine conversation. Can we please take penalties from Bruno Fernandes? Yeah. How about that? Let's not have him have penalties anymore. Let me see what you look like right now
That's one of those
without
things.
fucking
That's one
penalties.
of, you know what? That's the only thing I actually trust him on, to be honest.
No, I
the only
don't
thing I
want
trust
him
him
on
on.
penalties because he don't deserve goals after doing
I-
shit. You cost you
I hear
two
you.
of the
Yeah, he
goals
cost
we
us points.
conceded was his fault.
Yeah, he
Two of the
cost us
goals we
points.
conceded are his fault. Yeah, I'm not blaming Harry Maguire. This is one thing. This is the first time I'm not blaming Harry Maguire. Yeah, the offside trap that we played, that he played, what's his name, onside. But I can't really blame him because before he went back, he looked at the line and the guy was completely onside before. Maguire never knew. By the time he looked back, the guy would have moved forward. I'm not going to go at Maguire for lack of positional discipline. That's Harry Maguire. I'm not arguing with something I know Harry Maguire isn't good at. During the game, as I said before, Babat is Sam Bubu in goal. Yeah, we're going to Sam Bubu in goal, bro. Yeah.
Say it again.
I said Sam Boo, you know. Baba Tunde, but that's why.
King Baba Tunde, yeah.
I'm on the floor. This nigga's crazy.
All right. When I heard that Man United were signing him, I know so well. I'm like, Inter Milan have finessed you guys so much. Onana looked good because of Inzaghi and that back line. That he didn't look good because he was a good keeper. He was crap at Ajax. All right? He was crap at Ajax and you went and bought him. So much different goalkeepers in the world out there and you went and signed Sam Bubu. Jan Sommer is right there. Kobel is right there. Lacomte is right there. What's his name? That's at the Real Sociedad goalkeeper. He's like, all these mans are right there, and you said, I'm going to sign Sam Bubu. And what did Sam Bubu do? Sam Bubu'd. Yeah? This brother woke up like if we're in the freaking Swahili. Brother, we're at a football match. We're not out here trying to catch lions. Yeah? I don't need you doing foolishness. The ball is coming from... When people cross a ball into the box, why have goalkeepers stop coming out to catch the ball? I'm starting to realize that this is a trend now.
Yeah, it's a common theme. Goalkeepers being goal line goalies.
Yeah, because what happened? Like, is Alisson and Courtois the only people that know when you see a cross coming in to step out and try and clear it?
Yeah, catch it.
Everybody's trying to compare him with David De Gea and the mistakes. Listen. We got rid of David De Gea rightfully. People, stop doing this, okay? Stop doing this. We got rid of David De Gea at the right time. The only problem is this: we never tried to go after a good goalkeeper. We saw somebody that twanged this entire thing because he looked good at Inter Milan. Ashley Young looked good at Inter Milan. Why didn't we go back and sign him? Mkhitaryan looked good at Inter Milan. Why didn't we go back and sign him? Stop looking what people are doing in the Serie A, bro. Stop looking at what's going on in the Serie A. You want to know why goalkeepers look that good in the Serie A? Yeah, because it's a defensive league. Look at Donnarumma. That brother left AC Milan, went to PSG, and he's literally one of the worst goalkeepers out right now.
He looks terrible.
Yeah,
he looks terrible. He made a mistake in the. I think it was when he played.
Yes, he did.
He played London last week. Or was it?
Yes,
this week
and he
or last
cost
week,
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he made
This
a
is
mistake.
it. During the game, now, Mazuari, as I said before, is showing why I said as a defender, he's fantastic. I don't want to see him going forward. The cross, everybody's trying to blame it on Mazuari. Let me tell you something about a very good cross. That cross right there was a double-edged sword for Mazuari. If he touches it, it's an own goal. He doesn't touch it, the Brighton player score.
I'm riding with that. Get there.
Yeah.
Get there.
So that was
Trent.
Diego
That
Delo.
was also on Dallo. You know that
Yeah,
player.
Diego Delo. The guy's left-footed.
The guy's
Why are you showing
left-footed,
him on
and
his right foot?
he's showing him. He's allowing him to play on his left foot. And
Yeah,
this is
no,
what
so-
a guy that we said who's okay defensively, but is a problem going up front. But no, this guy's now showing that he's a liability defensively now too. He's rubbish, bro. Absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. How are you letting him cross? How?
I said it
He's a
before.
left-footed player.
I said it before. I was completely against the signing of this. I was here with Flawless and all of you when I was on here ranting. Why are we wasting 60 million on you? We got rid of Fred and bought a worse version of Fred. That's what we did. We got rid of Fred and bought a worse version of Fred. All right? 60 million. I can buy Man United 3 midfielders with 60 million. But I am me up here. As Flawless said, I'm me. Not a lot of Man United don't really have scouts that think like me. All right? So let's go. Because right now, you see Man United about to overpay on Drogo. You're literally going to overpay on Drogo. He's not 40 million. That guy is $21 million. Why are you paying 40 million for it? But anyways, we continue.
I saw 30.
What's the report
30.
with
How you
that?
feel
Yeah,
about
because I'm
30?
saying
No, yeah. I saw
They value
40.
him
I'm not
at 40.
accepting 40.
There's a
If it's
lot of
30, I'll
reports.
accept it.
Lecce
I
value
said-
him at 40.
We haven't officially made a bid yet for him, have we? It's all just
Yeah.
reports.
No, just
If it's
talk.
30,
Yeah,
I'll
the
accept it. If it's
evaluation.
40,
Alright, cool.
Man
We'll see.
United are stupid.
Yeah. We'll see what's
Anyway, we continue
Okay, then.
now.
Go on.
Yeah, but we continue now. We only scored that goal because of Ahmad and Xerxes. Let's be real. I don't want to hear shit about Bruno Fernandes. Yeah? I don't want to hear shit. Xerxes don't win that penalty. We don't get a shot on target. Xerxes and Ahmad are the only reason why we
Yeah, they
even
did
looked
well.
an attacking
Mhm.
threat.
Mhm.
One,
For the goal.
Beliba should have been sent off. I'm not arguing with anybody. How can you RKO someone from out of nowhere and only get a yellow card? I
That
could
challenge is
never
crazy.
know.
The
Yeah?
challenge is mad.
That's crazy.
You jump in the air and headlock man like you're trying to bulldog him.
Yeah, it was a bulldog. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a bulldog thing.
Yeah, and a yellow card, you know what? Fine. We equalize. Bruno Fernandes, because of hoofing, we concede. Lucky, it got taken off. Bruno Fernandes then went on to do that twice.
Bruno.
Oh, you're talking about the free kick, and then when they scored, but obviously it got chopped off for the foul.
Yes, yeah. All right.
Yep.
So I'm looking at Bruno Fernandes and I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, people, why does he not play Casemiro? You want to know why? I'm going to explain how Amorim's 3-back work. Because I'm going to say this. This is no offense to any of you English guys here. I'm not offending any of you. Listening to your pundits try and speak football is the reason why you'll never produce a good manager. All your players will always remain overrated and shit, and why England will never do anything in Europe. Yeah, you will never win anything in Europe because your pundits and everybody else in your fucking country that speak football have the IQ of toothpaste. But we continue now.
Fuck England as a staff, record label, and production.
And a motherfucking
Man said IQ as a toothpaste, that's nasty.
All right. So we continue now. In this 3-back system that we play, everybody always, why does he not play Casemiro? Listen to how this 3-back works. All right. Let me just explain to you guys how this 3-back works. We had a formation that counters 4-4-2. With their 2 strikers, one of our centre backs, which should be De Ligt or Maguire, can step forward into midfield. Yeah? When you do that, one of our midfielders can step forward into the attack. Our wing backs are supposed to be attackers. So realistically, we're supposed to be attacking with 5. That is how it goes. Casemiro cannot do that. Casemiro cannot do that. That's why Casemiro isn't playing. All right? People need to get that. One of the midfielders have to be very attacking and attack-minded. That's not Casemiro. That is not Casemiro. All right? This is why Bruno Fernandes, regrettably, has to play. This is why he has to play. Looking at this team right now during that, not one time, and this brings up what I say before, why this fan base are so stupid. You don't know how important a midfielder is until you lose them. Do you want to know what's the main important role in every single 3-back? And I can point you out all of those players. Every single 3-back formation in world football has been successful had a Paul Pogba type player. No one in our team knows how
what
to
did he
switch.
do? What did he do in particular? When you
He was
say
the
profile, what's
creator
different?
and a ball carrier.
Yeah, the creator, the ball progressor. You want to know what he does? He keeps the pitch. He keeps the pitch wide.
Why?
The wingers stay wide now when you have somebody that can do the diagonal pass to stretch
Yes.
the pitch, constantly stretch the pitch. You need that. Who in Manchester United midfield even have 20% of Pogba's passing range?
The closest to that in terms of passing is Ericsson. But obviously, we know
It's
Thank you.
Ericsson, but obviously Ericsson has lost his legs. That's why he's not
That's what I'm
obviously playing.
saying.
Yeah.
Fam, that's the issue with it. Watching us play against Brighton, there were moments in that game, watching your guys' reaction as well to it, where you're like, why does no one see that pass? We had a counter to make the game 2-1 with Amad Diallo on the right. Complete acres of space. No one has that pass. No one has that pass. You want to know why? Because nobody in our team knows what the fuck they're doing. We play the most narrowest 3-back system I've ever seen in my freaking life. None of our wing backs stay wide. Everyone wants to invert. Listen to me. And I'm going to speak it truthfully. It's sick my stomach when everybody is trying to copy, is trying to do this inverting shit. Yeah? Stay wide. That's what a 3-back is. Your job, your whole function of a 3-back is to keep the pitch stretched so you can make pockets of space so you can play through. Look at Manchester City with Rodri. Do you want to know what Rodri role is at Manchester City? The Pogba role. Look at Inter Milan. From Çalhanoğlu to Barella. You want to know what their role is? The Pogba role. Someone that sits, collect the ball, and keeps and has the passing ability to keep the pitch wide. You're trying to play narrow against Brighton's formation that's already narrow. So narrow plus narrow. There's a reason why we always get beat on the wing. There's no stretching us. There's no stretching the opposition. We're playing so narrow that the opposition has so much space to run in on us. That's not supposed to happen in a 3-back. That's not supposed to happen in the 3-back. What else is showing up on this damn pitch is positional indiscipline. Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mino, Ugarte, Maguire, Diego Delo. Yeah? Positional indiscipline. You don't know where you're supposed to be at any time on that pitch. Look at that first goal that we conceded. Where was everybody? How can you play?
I think everyone was where they're supposed to be. I just think two players. No, I put that mainly on Mazzarri.
No, it is Mazzarri. You want to know why? Bruno Fernandes, Mr. Mobile, always running, runs out of position. Bruno runs out of position to try and start a stupid press. Mazzarri now has to cover the space that Captain Dumbass left. And guess what happened? Captain Dumbass lost the ball. We get countered. Guess who's now severely out of place? Mazzarri.
Big up to Vader in the chat as well. Big up Vader.
Yeah. All right, big up Vader.
Can I add to that as well, Kaneki? He's actually Kaneki's speaking facts because I notice this all the time. If you actually go and watch some of Ruben's Sporting's goals this season, last season, and some of the players' movements, all the time they're always our wingbacks and
listen to the Eminem show. Classic album. Sorry, go on.
It was just a real man. Allow it. It's just a real man.
All right. No, it's a classic. I ain't even bullshitting. That's a classic album. I'm not even bullshitting.
Yeah, old school thing.
Yeah, Eminem show. This guy's been some taking shots like Eminem show.
I'm about to get down to business anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, as I was saying,
go on.
The thing that Kaneki's saying, I completely agree with because I see it all the time. You see the wingbacks, you see the pivots, you see our 10s. And this is not on the 10s and the pivots. This is more on the wingbacks. You see them always playing parallel to each other. That's not the role of the wingback. The wingback role, just for an example, try to picture this on the pitch, right? When we start to play out the back, we either play it to our left center back or we play it to our right center back to start, depending on where we're starting from. The pivot midfielders is supposed to drop in. The reason why we say the two 10s up top are inside 10s is because they move in centrally. What does that mean? That means the wingbacks are supposed to shift and go forward and run on that line. So when there's a moment when we play the ball out from the back and we play it to one of the pivot midfielders, there's an opportunity for that pivot midfielder to play it back to one of those center backs. And the wingback should be on his bike and he's gone. And that over the top ball is there. And we've seen that in so many of Ruben's goals at Sporting, that a lot of their goals are tap-ins because of the wingbacks that just made runs through on goal. And the over-the-top pass came through, or that breaking the lines pass came through straight to the wingback. And I rarely ever see that. I always see Dallo next to Bruno. I always see Dallo next to the pivot midfielder. Even Mazraoui to a certain extent, I see him doing that as well. And when Kaneki was mentioning about them covering spaces because of other players, that's another issue, because sometimes they're not able to do that even if they're trying to, because they have to cover the space of another player who's just running around. And in this case, Bruno, headless chicken. Just I don't even know where the fuck he plays, man. Like, he just be running around everywhere, asking for the ball just like anywhere. And that's another issue. And I feel like that's why a lot of the times Ruben is so frustrated. You can see that he's so frustrated. His head's down like this, like all the time in the game. Because he's like, bro, he probably spent hours trying to fix this, like trying to implement this system in training. And I'll tell you this, they probably did it as well. But when it comes to the game, I don't know what happens. It's like they forgot. It's like when you prepare like hours before a test. It's like when you prepare hours before a test, and then all of a sudden, while you're sitting in the test, you just don't remember anything. Yeah, that's literally what they do. That's literally what they do, bro. Literally. Go on, Kaneki.
I hear that. We'll go to Kaneki. Leon, we'll go to you. Thoughts on the game? Obviously, everyone will get ample chance to chat and everything. But yeah, thoughts on the defeat to Brighton, etc.
Looking up, I missed the game, man. I was traveling up and down the motorway. And
yeah.
Really good for me. I always miss the games that are the worst, which is good. Probably would have gone gym instead anyway, but it's what it is.
You know what makes sense? I hear you.
Yeah, I don't rush no more. There's a few things within the system the manager can do better, for sure. We're limited on options, but there's still a couple of choices that would take the pressure off us. Even when, like, I don't know if the Anthony deal's gone through yet. Don't know what the latest is with that.
It's gone through.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, for real? So what is
I know Eddie's devastated about that, man. But go on, that's you. Yeah.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
I went bullshit.
So yeah, part of that, I'll come back to that in a sec. So what is it, Betis or Sevilla?
Betis. Yeah, he's gone Betis.
Fair play. Loan, obviously. You're not going to sell him with them wages and that price. Yeah, I feel like there's a few things. Obviously, individual errors when I watched it back. Like, there was definitely some individual errors there and stuff. But we didn't play great in the Southampton game. So it wasn't like we were coming in with momentum as well. So it shouldn't be like the biggest shock. Like, we shouldn't be losing 3-1 to them. And obviously, without the individual errors, but we still don't do enough to win the game, in my opinion. So, yeah, he's going to have to tweak what he can quickly. He's going to have to, obviously, we know that we would get rid of, I mean, how many players would everyone keep? They'd probably keep like 3-4 players and dash the rest.
A handful. 4 is a kind. 3 and we're our own 4, and that's being kind.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I could keep 6 of the squad.
If we're talking about, it's different because it varies from first 11 to squad play. So I get.
I'm not saying they are my ultimate players. Yeah. Like, you have to build something, innit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
There's players who I look at and go, all right, I don't want you in the first team, but if you're a squad player, cool.
Yeah, you can do. Do you know what I mean? But that's the cards that he's dealt with, isn't it? Like, from when he took the job after the transfer window closed, you have to. Unfortunately, I had the expectation it was always going to be a bit of a rough season. I didn't think it would be this bad. But I did think it would be a little bit up and down. I know it sounds mad right now, but if he strings a run of games together and plays a good squad and gets a player or two in January, we can still end up 8th and stuff. It's not great, but we can still end up around there in it because the table will fluctuate. Yeah, it's just same as usual. But Flawless, he's got to make it a little bit easier for himself, innit? He's got to play a better midfield too. He's got to sort the wing backs out with extremely limited options. Like right now, there's no reason why Maino shouldn't be swapped for Collier right now, just based on form and profile and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that great? Can we progress? Does that allow us to progress the ball even better? Not really, but it covers other areas. Do you know what I mean? But he's just got to persist. He's got to keep playing Zerski striker because he's playing all right. He's got to keep playing Ahmad. Just hope Ahmad don't get injured because then we are stuffed. He swapped the back 3 out. He's got to find a solution with the wing backs. That's the hardest part with this squad. It's very, very hard because even if we get like let's just say you sign 2 wing backs now, yeah, can we afford to play them every single game to the end of the season? Will they get injured? You know what I mean? It's tricky, isn't it? So we're here, man. We're gonna have to go through.
I think you can get away with one. I think if you have, because even if you sign two, even if you play one attack and then you have one defensive, it's all right because then it's some balance. Even if you rotate those two,
you kind of have to play Ahmad in the 10 and wing back. You kind of gonna have to do it.
Yeah, like that's
really
I hear you.
Yeah,
hey, these are issues. These are problems.
Yeah.
These are problems which I hear you.
When I look at the rest of the squad, sorry, Rookie, 2 seconds. When I look at the rest of the squad, I'm like, you're gonna have to roll the dice in certain games. You might have to play Ericsson in a 6 in one of the games and just roll the dice in it against the right team. You've not really got much of a choice, in it. Like, is there the last thing I'd ask you guys is there any youth players that could be promoted? Because we seem that we got rid of Alvaro. Is there anything that we can use?
Of course there is. You know why there is youth? You know why there's youth players that can be, you know why there's youth players can be used? Because people say this, the youth players are not good enough for which let's say for hypothetically is true. I don't know how people know because most people saying that don't watch the youth players. So how they know players are not good enough who they've not watched, I have no idea, man. Man must be Professor X. It's crazy. Like, never understand that, never get that.
The high, bro. You know what I'm saying?
People ain't sitting down watching the youth player,
they have favorites.
But we'll tell you youth players have got good enough. One thing I will say about youth players is one, they can't do no worse than the senior players. You can't tell me there's not a left wing back in our youth system that can do what. Now he might be as bad as Delo at wing back. Cool. But you can't tell me he can do no worse because you can't get no worse.
Yeah.
You cannot get
no
worse.
But that's my point, Flawless. That was my point. Like, why don't we just use it? That's my point. Like, they can't do any worse than Dallo and Mazzarari in those positions. So it's like.
And to Sheik's point as well, when he talks about the training and Amorim trying to implement what he implements, trying to implement things on the training pitch. One thing youth players will do is listen to instructions to a team. You don't have to worry about that.
Go.
Even if they will carry it out, like they might not carry it out to a high level, but they'll attempt to do the basics. If he says, hey, at wing back, I need you every time Maino or Agate go on the ball to make a run forward. They'll make the run forward. They might be offside every single time. But guess what they'll do? They'll make the run forward. And just volume doing that, you may get into a good situation 3 or 4 times, which then can create something. I've said this before, I say again, even in midfield, try players there. Collier got on when he played against Arsenal and did all right. I've been saying this. Do I personally
did very well.
Collier's the answer and the profile of what we need? No. But try him there. Just to see what happens.
4, 5, 6 months is what you're looking for.
Try.
But it's better than Mainu in there.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, Collier plays awful there, and we're just as bad.
What's going on with Malacia?
It's reports are saying he might be leaving. Yeah,
he's leaving.
He's leaving. Which again, I'm all for. He plays
pointless. It's pointless if you don't get someone in.
Exactly. It's a waste of time.
It's so pointless, because if you don't get someone in.
Here's I'm going to bring this up because I'm going to show you guys how it just sickens me with these players. Against Manchester City when Almerim Sporting played them. How Almerim's 3-back system attacks it. We attack with 6 and defend with 4. So Hodgman, that's the DM. It's him that sits with the 3 centre backs. That's Diaz, Diomani, and Mateus. Morita, that's the Japanese midfielder. He's the guy that steps forward. So when you have a double pivot, you want to know what that double pivot is going up against? He's going up against 3 midfielders. So the 2 10s and the 8 that we have, that steps up. So that's an overload. That 4-back now has to deal with the 2 wing backs, 2 10s, and a midfielder. At the end of the day, that's 6v6. That's 6v6. If anybody in their team tries to drop, there will always be 1 or 2 people left open. The whole he plays his 3-backs is always leaves 2 people free. That's why his 3-back was so dangerous. That's why he picked City apart. Because no matter what City did, there were always 2 free players in his system. Look at when it was actually clicking with Amad Diallo and Xerxes. You realize that no matter what happened, you always saw Xerxes and Amad free.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd see Mazzawari free. Sometimes you see Diego Delo free. That's how his 3-back plays. You always have 1 to 2 players completely unmarked on a pitch when it's actually stretched correctly. Seeing everybody talk about this, and I'm glad you brought up it with Malacia, you realize that we're getting rid of every single one of Ten Hag's failed signing. Every single one of them. Every single one of Ten Hag signings are now being kicked out
Operation
the
Get Them
club.
Gone.
Yeah, but you
Get
know what it
them
is though?
gone.
We've got to be careful because there's certain profiles we do not have. So, like for example, in my opinion, yeah, unless you're going to make good profit on Malacia, you're going to make £5-10 million that you're going to go fund a better left back straight away. Don't be getting rid of him, not getting the new deal over the line, and then we're stuck in a worse position. I'd rather hold him for 6 months.
No, that is true, Leon. But here's how it goes now when I'm looking at this, because you're saying player of profiles. We have a team that with an attack-minded coach, and every single one of our players are built for counter attack.
Counter that, yeah.
But I don't think Malacia is though. I think Malacia can play multiple different ways.
Amad Diallo, Xerxes, Mazuari, and Delete are the only players, and Casemiro and Ericsson to an extent as well are the only people in our team that know how to play front foot football. Everybody else in our team are built for counters. Harry Maguire plays best in a counter-attacking team. Diego Dalot plays best when we're counter-attacking. Ugarte looks good counter-attacking. That's the reason why they got rid of him at PSG, because he doesn't know how to sustain pressure in an attacking team. That is how it does. We're trying to play attacking football with counter-attacking players. Do you realize how shit Bruno Fernandes is when we actually need to attack? Bruno can't sustain attack. Bruno cannot keep it. You want to know what you need to do as an attacking team? You keep the fucking football. That is what you do. We have an attack-minded coach that's trying to teach these counter-attacking players how to attack. Not counter-attack, attack. When Xerxes has the football and turns for help, why is the only person that's running Amad Diallo? Where's Bruno Fernandes? Where's Amad Diallo? Not Amad Diallo. Where's Diego Dalot? Yeah? Where's the other? Where's Kobe Mino? We are trying to play attacking football with a bunch of counter-attacking players. What you said is spot on about we don't have the personnel, but we don't have the personnel anyway, Leo. If we lose Malacia, and that means we can't sign a left back, guess what? Go into the youth player, find a left winger that's fast, put him on the left-hand side, and tell him, big man, big man, I want you to do. Yeah, shout out Eddie for this. Big man, I'm putting you on the wing, and I want you to see ball, kick ball, chase ball. That's what I need you to do on that left wing. We have a 6'4" striker. Put cross in the box to this brother. Stay wide, put crosses in. Look on the brother them in the side. Yo, you see that youth here over there, so him fast, right? Yeah. Play him the ball. Over the top, on the ground. Don't play the ball to this kid's feet. Put it into space, make him kill himself, running it down.
Yo, Kaneki.
That's simple, brother.
Kaneki sounded like Steve McLaren right then, you know. Big up Steve McLaren out in
Jamaica. Hey, run up the likes, everyone that's locked in, man. Continue to run up likes. We have 51 likes. Let's go up to 60 likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. We'll go to you, Nero. Thoughts on the game. Talk to me, MG. And yo, happy belated as well, man. Happy belated.
Happy belated.
Yeah, big up belated, brother.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. No, listen, obviously big up the man. Then it's a full house today. But yeah, my thoughts on the game. Listen, I haven't gone into it like properly. Been a bit busy, but I need to go back and watch it. But from what I saw, it's just a lot of like errors. Just a lot of errors. I think first off we were decent. They competed well. They got a goal against the run of play. You know, ball over the top. You know, it's a moment if you're sleeping. Brighton they like fizzing that ball over the top. They did it against City. They do it all the time. You know, they have players that can run in behind and play that ball. They got Minte, Mitoma, all of these guys. But I feel like Man United, for me, it's a combination of so many things. It's mentality. You know, mentally, they just don't want it. You know, it's easy to go against Liverpool. Even Arsenal, these are games we're not expected to win. And you know, stylistically, we were set up differently. You know, we 5-4, that 5-4-1, leave the striker up front, two lines, ultra compact, just closing down the space, hardly
play
pressing.
for counters.
Bro, simply put, we parked the bus against Arsenal, and you know, obviously we had the red card. It's smarter to do that. Absolutely. But even against Liverpool, even the Liverpool game, it was weird because we set up that game to kind of control it off the ball, and we ended up getting a lot of the ball because Liverpool weren't pressing us as high as usual, which I don't know why. But even in this Brighton game, it's like we didn't create a lot, and I feel like with the outgoing as well, it's like we need to know what positions we need and what we need from the profiles. Each position, we know. Okay, fullbacks. People are saying we want wing backs, right? Cool. In the game against Brighton, the wing backs, they weren't wing backing, bro. They weren't doing their thing. Like, we need players, yeah. And that the wing back position, especially for Amorim, we don't necessarily need like mad technicians.
Yeah.
We need pace. We need like scary pace, like pace. You need those players to be very, very fit, good at crossing the ball, good at keeping the pitch wide. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that position is not a lot of rotation because when you attack, we play with a 3-2-5. When we attack with the wing backs, all it is when we have the ball, you go up. When we don't have the ball, you go back. You go back. So you go back to your deep position. But bro, someone like Dallo, yeah, like it's not working. It's not working. And this is where I get onto Amorim because like you're seeing someone like Dallo, it's not working. It's not working. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Mazraoui, at the moment, as a wing back, is not working. And it's so weird because Mazraoui can play inside. He can play in the midfield. Even Ten Hag said it. He played in the 10 before. You know what I'm saying? He's even played as a right midfielder. He's played as a right midfielder.
You see that he's technically sound enough to be playing, like you said there, as a right midfielder. He's good enough on the ball type of thing. I hear you.
Exactly, yeah. So with Mazraoui, I don't know. I don't know why maybe he's scared. He's scared to go forward. Maybe that's a mentality thing. I genuinely don't know.
I think he's just a fullback, Nero. I think that's what it is. Them are the fullback.
Yeah, I think
naturally they're just more defensive. Yeah, we'll go on, carry on.
But yeah, even with Dallo, it's like we just need that left footer on there. Like, just go find someone in the academy. Like, I hear it because it's like Ruben Amorim, he's saying all the right things about, I'm gonna stick with my idea or whatnot. But you're putting the wrong thing in your idea. How can you have a plan, yeah, and then you're trying to play Dallo when you know it doesn't work? I don't mind seeing academy players playing if it means they're doing what's needed.
Yeah.
The good thing about having a system is knowing that, okay, cool, you can see the faults in the players that we have. We know certain players can't do certain roles. And I like the system. I'm a fan of it. Even though I didn't want Amorim as my first choice, I'm looking at him and saying, listen, he has good ideas and it can work if we give him the right amount of players, if we support him correctly. But it's like, bro, there's no excuse at the same time for losing so many games at home. Tactically, you have to look at the manager and say, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, it's like 3 goals against Bournemouth at home, bro. We didn't even score. And then even this game, it might as well have been 3-0 because we scored from the penalty and we only had, I think, 1 shot on target. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And that's the penalty, exactly. So things like that, I find it hard. And listen, if it was Ten Hag, people would be backing it. People wouldn't be backing it, sorry. You know what I'm saying? We can't make excuses as well. But it is what it is, bro. I think with Amorim, they just got they will back him. I think so. I think we're gonna get players in.
Let me ask you. You think we get players in this month?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
You don't believe that. Nero, you don't believe that shit. You don't believe that.
I do. Do you know why?
I do.
I
don't believe that.
I do. I believe too. Do you know why?
Because
I believe it. I believe it. I'll tell you why.
There's no evidence to suggest that you can trust INEOS at this moment. There's no.
Go on, Leo. Why do you think we bring in players? Sell me on this.
I'm not going with that narrative. There's no evidence to not trust INEOS. Of course, there's no evidence to not trust INEOS. But however,
sell me on this because I need to be sold on this.
I don't need to sell anyone anything. It's what I think.
No, I'm saying because
Leon, I got you.
Leon, because you're a
Basically,
very
every time
smart individual. I don't believe they will.
But
you,
Leon, I actually
I'm
want to
telling
ask
you
you
to give me a good
evidence.
argument.
What evidence is there to suggest that they will actually do that?
There's two things in my mind, right? Okay. The first thing is
this gonna be good. I want to hear this. This is gonna be good.
No. The first thing is
No,
because Flawless didn't have to jump in there. You see what I'm saying, Cheek? I could have just answered it. Flawless just has to. Do you know what I mean?
Don't blame me. You know,
Flawless going on like this is his channel, man. He's moving mad. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, basically, you know what it is. Me personally, yeah. One thing I like about them, which is very frustrating in this particular window, but I do like about what they've done in the past, is nothing is announced until it's nearly done, which I quite like compared to old United regimes. But in this window, that does not suit what we're looking. We're looking for a bit of clarity. We're looking for movement. We're looking for activity from a business perspective, but they just keep it under hush hush. I believe that, and there's no guarantees, but I believe that if they do not sign players, a lot of the fan base now have seen that the same players that were playing poorly for years within this club, a lot of them are still here. The pressure is going to be, I think, not from all the fan base, but from a large enough section, is going to be put onto it, and they're going to be under pressure, I think, because if they bring all Ruben Amorim has to come out and say is, I'm working with what I have already. I believe that we can make in the top half of the table and we can push towards a European spot. However, obviously it's quite obvious I don't have the players for within my system. Do you know what I'm saying? And we may have to, because I came in when there wasn't a transfer window here, I now have to work with what I have. That will divert the fan base, I believe, onto INEOS. And I feel like they don't want to put that pressure, because here's what they can do here. They can get away with covering the plaster wound with a couple of loans. They can get away with minimal business. They can actually let players with big wages leave the club. And actually, like, if they get rid of Casemiro and stuff like that and they give us 2 loans, they're up. They're banked. They're making money. So yeah, Nero, what are you saying?
Now, I was just gonna say, the reason why I do think, what's today's date? Today's the 20th.
20th of January. Yeah, 20th. We got 11 days left.
The reason why I do think they are gonna do some business, and I think it's just a patience thing. Like, listen, I understand everyone saying, "Oh, like INEOS, this and that." Trust me, I hear it. I think, come on, like let's look at this logically. Amorim was brought in. When was he brought in? November or October?
Yeah,
or
after the window
October.
closed.
It was November.
November, yeah.
October, November. Okay, so he's brought in, I think, start of November, something like that. So you've got to understand, he didn't want to join. Like, people forget, he didn't want to join now. He wanted to come at the end of the season. So they said to him, it's now or never, whatnot. Also, it's like, if this must have been the guy that they wanted from the get-go. Like Amorim, he was like the guy they wanted. So you've also got to convince him, why would I join right now? The first thing is like, okay, cool. I'll come in. I'll look at the players.
Nero. He was already winning leagues. He was already comfy. He didn't have to move anywhere. Do you get it?
Exactly. He didn't have to move. So that's what I'm getting to now. So he didn't have to leave. But what could entice you to want to join? What would make the adaptability better for you, you know, moving into a new club? They definitely have promised him players. I'm telling you guys, like, I'm so sure, because this is a system here. Like, it's a very, very specific system. It's got wingbacks. Like, not a lot of teams, especially in the Premier League, play with wingbacks. They've recruited him because they understand his system to a T, and they believe in it, and they want him to do that over here. Not like what Ten Hag, what we wanted from Ten Hag when we said, "Oh, Ten Hag needs to come to United and do what he was doing at Ajax." They want him to do what he was doing at Sporting. He's trying to do that here, but you've got to also get him the players, because what was the point? You brought me here to do what? 5-4-1, park the bus. That's not what he's here for. So my theory is that, okay, cool. It's gonna take time, but they're waiting for outgoings. They're gonna wait for outgoings. And then you're going to see players just come. You're going to see players just there we go. Because notice it as well, we weren't really linked with players like that. Like Fabrizio, I don't know, he hasn't really posted anything. But then cool, Anthony, is it, here we go? Is it confirmed already?
Yeah,
it's confirmed. Okay, so
yeah,
cool.
confirmed. Yeah.
So it's confirmed already. And then what's the next thing we hear? Patrick Dorgu. They've started. You know what I'm saying? We
Has
can't
that been?
compare
Hey,
ourselves.
chat. Let me before you carry on, Nero.
You know what's
Chat. Let me
crazy?
know about that with the Patrick Dorgu thing. Go on,
You know
Nero,
what's
carry on.
crazy though? Patrick Dorgu was identified. A left wing back shortlist was created 2 weeks after Ruben Amorim joined. 2 weeks after. We are now hearing of Patrick Dorgu now at this moment after all these players leaving as well.
I believe
if they were really about it, you would explore those deals at the start of the transfer window.
No.
That's what you
So
should
then here's my.
But they were waiting. They were waiting for outgoings.
Here's what I was like.
Yeah, they're waiting for outgoings because if you think about it, yeah, they want to number one make the right moves. Like basically, right, yeah, they're in a position where they can buy players. Yeah, look at what they did with Zertsky and stuff like that. They paid like £13 million up front, so they're not in a position where they're going to do what Woodward did and spend like £80 million up front on a player. Yeah. I still, obviously, we can go into. I could digress and go into the Agati thing. I don't get why they did that model, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it is what it is. That's the one player. They're in a position where they've got Casemiro, Rashford, and they've got Anthony, which is a huge amount to relieve off our wages and to get players, like even if it's loans, to get them out. And I feel like, and even Malacia, and I feel like Nero's right, because if they look at getting 4 out, I think they've already got deals in principle with players. That's what I think they've got.
100%.
And I think they're ready to move. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to get rid of about 4 and they're going to give us 2. So they're still banking. That's what I think they're going to do. I think we're going to get a little bit weaker.
Maybe. But
we have no choice.
I think we're going to get a bit weaker.
If we're going to get weaker, you need to use players.
But I think we're going to get key profiles that will make us stronger in some ways, but then the overall squad will be weaker. That's what I think.
We have no choice, bro. When you talk about how many wages, how much we pay in wages, it's literally like that big ass box of wires in the garage you haven't touched in 5 years. So now they got to come in, pull try to figure out which one goes where, pull every single one of them out together and figure some shit out. Like, I'm of the mindset, if you question INEOS at this point in time, it's understandable because we don't trust them. You're operating at the premise that you don't trust them, period. For me personally, I'm just waiting it out, and then if they fail to do what they have to, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They'll be exposed either way.
The best deal, bro. The best deal. Otherwise, bro, is car park city, bro. Saeed in the car park, bro. That's what it is, bro. Saeed in the car park, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this is what it is, and like, I just realized here that one player that we should have not got rid of would have been perfect in this system was Pelistri. Pelistri was another player that we could have used in the wing-back system.
They didn't plan for this system. This was all on the fly. This is just piss poor decision after piss poor decision after piss poor decision.
Do you think
there was no plan to bring in Amorim to play a back three? Because if they would have done that, like you said there wasn't Nero.
There wasn't.
There wasn't.
I think there was.
There wasn't. Hey, Nero. Wait. You know how I know this, Nero? Because you know who's absolutely perfect to play in one of those 10s? The guy who we sent to Chelsea.
Sancho.
Wow, this is what I'm getting at,
I don't think they expected it to happen soon. I think that's the difference.
Why do you think Ashford's up out of here?
Yeah, but apparently he was a problem. Apparently he was the problem. Or Jada was the problem. Apparently Jada was the problem. We got Bruno Magnifico. That's what they were saying.
It was a tough situation from the jump. We understand that, but what I think honestly is happening now is somebody upstairs, in my opinion, even above Omar, I'm looking at that Brailsford brother, was cool with ass work.
Yeah.
He said, yo, pull up, we gonna make this thing pop. Then he gets into the building and everybody finds out he don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Yeah, Ashworth don't know it. Like, so that's why he sold Sancho.
I'm telling you, bro, it's a mess. Top down. INEOS is a mess. Top down. But for
I think it was Jim. I show it was Jim.
Who hired
Jim?
Go on, Eddie. Go on, Eddie.
Okay. All I'm saying is this. It's a shift. It's a shift right now in how they're doing it with Vivell having his own ideas from what they've been building with Ashwood. And again, like I said, I think he was given an order like, yo, this is my man's, he's coming through. Then he comes and we find out he don't know what the fuck he on. So now it's another scramble session. But to not get any help in this scenario that we're in right now is such a malpractice from what they have done. I can't sit here and be like they're not going to do anything, because they've got it. Like Connecticut just outlined the 4 players who we keep. They just happen to be the ones that came when INEOS came. The Ten Hag and Ollie and Jose Ghost live on in this building till this shit gets eradicated.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, like what we're going through right now is a big part of it.
Yes.
Like, and again, to bring up Leon's point, like we'll lose talent, we'll lose numbers, but we'll gain talent. That's what I think will happen in this window. So out goes about 4, maybe we bring in 2.
No, but they're gonna bring players in, because the thing is, like what I was trying to say is, people are saying, "Oh, Man City are brought in players," but Man City can bring in players because they got rid of players in the summer. You know what I'm saying? They sold Alvarez. Look at the profit that they made. It opens up the books. Now they're splashing the cash. Obviously, City, they want to change their season, innit? But you've also got to understand new people are doing different roles now. You know what I'm saying? Wilcox and my man. I'm not surprised if Omar is helping out. Wilcox is taking over from Ashworth. He's kind of doing what he was supposed to do and do what he was doing already. So he had to do more. Vivell was also helping out. So it's like, I don't think that there's not players. If we think, they said that the transfer window closes on the 3rd of February. So it's not the 1st, or it's not the 31st. So it's still time, people.
Wait, why is that? How come it's that?
I don't even know.
You know what the Prem's like. They've done things like this before. You know what it's like. Deals can still can still get done beyond the 3rd as well. You know, if like certain paperwork's come through, you see that all the time in the summer. Where it'd be like, oh, it's closed the 1st of, for example, the 1st of July, then the 3rd of July, someone will be made official or something like that. But yeah, go on there.
But like I was just saying, like I don't think that there's not gonna be. There's definitely players, people. Like players are coming to the club, like
this month.
Man need to just
this month,
bro. Flawless, like I don't.
I'm asking you, Nero. I'm saying we having a conversation. Eddie's saying the same.
Nero, be careful, man. He's gonna bring it up on the 5th. When's the next stream after the 3rd of February? He'll bring it up straight on that stream.
Oh, you mean hey, Leon? So you're saying so Leon, what it is when you're right? You want me to bring stuff up?
Yo, so Nero, I don't bring that up. Yeah, go on. On the 3rd or the 4th of February, he's gonna call a Mandem thing. Yeah, he's gonna bring it up. Yeah, he's gonna bring it up. Be careful.
Of course.
And I'll be there. And you know why? You know why that's good as well. And
I'm still waiting on them goals you promised me, Leon. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting. That's why. That's where that stems from. You promised me 65 goals. He said no. He didn't say no. King in Leon's defense. He didn't say 85. He said yeah. That was Nero caveat. He said 65. So I want my 65 goals.
Yeah, running.
I want my 65 league goals. You know what I'm saying? That's what Leon told me. I want my 65 league goals.
One's marinating. Yeah, that one's not marinating. Wow.
Yeah, man. 100%. That wise man, I think that wise man was 4 years out the job. But here we are.
Flawless. I remember when people were. I remember, when people were calling you crazy, bro. People were going mad at you in the chat. You're saying, "Oh, what you're talking about, Flawless?" Because people in the chat, were saying, "Oh, we're going to get 85 goals. Rasmus Højlund's going to get 18." Rasmus Højlund, apparently, to most of our fan base, Rasmus Højlund was going to get 18 goals. Yeah, Marcus Rashford was meant to get 25 or something. Bruno was meant to get 18. You know what I'm saying?
I seen you in the chat. You was there when I went through this somewhere. I never forget to Eddie's point where he said about a wise man once said mountains were meant to be climbed and that. That man spent 4 years out the job, but here we are. You know what I'm saying? And that 4 years no.
Now he's at the 6.
Still climbing.
Still climbing. I said that to my mum just yesterday. I was like 4 years out the job, and you love him. 5 went 4 years with no job.
Gave him a 1-year contract too. That's to show you that even Besiktas know he ain't gonna be there long.
Back cheek.
They gave him a 1-year contract.
1 year until 2026.
Flesh and blood, you know. And she called me a dickhead. You know what I'm saying?
That's
flesh and blood.
That's dark.
But let me go 4 years without work. You know what I'm saying? It's not all right, but your boy Ollie can do it. But yeah, man, I want them league goals. But yeah, I'm just saying this right now, categorically. For every Manchester United fan, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on this. We are signing no one this window.
I agree with
We are
Flawless.
signing
you think,
nobody.
Flawless.
We are signing nobody
Let me
this
tell
window.
you, bro.
Go on,
Flawless. You got to understand. Look at all right, cool. Look at the. I'm just gonna say it quickly. Look at the league position. They've got a new manager. The manager has a different system, a system that we don't have players for, and it's right now he's failing. We want to win games.
My bad, Rhino.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Winning games. If we don't win games, it means more pressure on the manager, more pressure on the club. Bro, Flawless, I get you. I totally.
Flawless, they have to sign players. Do you know why?
Logically, what you man are saying is 110% correct.
You just don't believe it. I get it.
They have to. Yes, I agree with you. They have to. You know what? They also have to. Well, should have done at the time and had to do at the time.
You know what's going to happen?
Eric Ten Hag. I guess what they didn't do.
It's going to be Bruno wing back. It's going to be who else we got in the squad? It's going to be someone horrible. It's going to be like
well, to be fair, Bruno Fernandes was a right back.
Eddie uses this all the time. You know what they're going to say to him? They're going to look at the squad. And what did Smokey's mom tell him when she gave him the money to go to the show?
You're taking a piss.
Make it enough. That's what they're going to say to him. Make it enough. That's what they're going to say to him. I'm telling you now, categorically, to everyone watching, we are signing. We 110%. We have to. We should sign players. Logically, what you're saying, Nero,
bro,
is correct. Nero, what you are saying is 110% correct because logically, everyone knows we need players. New system. These players don't suit it. Players leaving because we were already shot at the start of the season. Never mind players coming in. If Rashford's managed, there's no Sancho. That's 2. Anthony, that's 3. Garnacho, that's 4. Mount don't play already. That's 5. Malassi potentially that's 6. Casemiro don't play. That's 7. So we're already 7 players down anyway. And they're going. I'm telling everyone this right now. They are going to give him no one.
You think nothing?
It's Smokey's mum from Friday. Make it enough. That's what they're gonna. Because they look at it and go. They wrote off the season. And when they kept Ten Hag initially, it's like, all right, this season, like we might not have wrote off the season. They wrote it off and said we ain't gonna get relegated.
But they sacked the guy that kept him. They sacked the guy that kept him. Let me ask
they co-signed that.
Let me ask
now,
you
like I said, they co-signed that.
They should have not appointed him in the first place.
They shouldn't have not kept him in the first place.
Be positive, man.
I can't applaud someone.
That's crazy. There you go, Nero.
Yes, Nero.
I'm just telling you, Nero. I'll be here, Nero.
Flawless.
Yeah, it's an investment, Nero. When the 4th of February hits, because it's the 3rd of February, I don't know when the next Monday or Tuesday is on that date. I'm going to check in a second. I'm sure Leon's already
It's the 4th. It's the 4th. The Tuesday's the 4th. The Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday, but what we do shows Mondays and Tuesdays.
The 3rd is the last day of the window. So if you're a demon, you'll be shouting man at 11 o'clock for an hour stream.
This is beautiful.
If you're trying to watch man sweat on stream, just be here like, guys.
You know, he said no one. So the bar is 1. So the bar is 1.
If we sign 1, guess what I'll say to all of you lot? I will be like Nero, Leon, Eddie, big up to Rhino as well. I'll be like, you might be right. I called this wrong, 100%. And I got
something bigger. I got something bigger. All right, Flawless. How about this? Yeah, if they don't sign it, I'm so confident. Bro, why you gonna do that, bro?
Yeah,
why you gonna do that?
Hey, brother, you gotta
wait, hold on.
It's okay,
brother.
It's okay.
This ain't it. This ain't it. Hey, man.
No, the game is the game, man. This is crazy.
Hey man, I gotta call it out.
It was a day off,
bro. Why you gonna do that?
Yo, Sheik, that was nasty.
He's man in LA, bro.
Okay, so if I had
LA guys, bro.
Hey, yo,
it was subtle. It was subtle.
Go on. What's your point? Go.
I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, how about this?
That was great.
If they don't sign and play, clip this, whatever. If they don't sign and players, Amarim is gonna leave the job. He will cut himself.
I think he would. I think he would.
100%.
I would fully understand. And the bar is low. What Eddie said. When I say no one, I'm saying no permanent transfer this window, no loans.
Oh, he's moving the goalpost now.
Oh,
there's a loan in there. He's moved the goalpost completely. Eddie, I need you right now.
I'm not moving the goalpost. Man, isn't here what I'm saying.
He said both. He said no transfers and no loans.
I'm saying we don't sign anybody. I'm saying we don't get a permanent transfer.
You're saying so it is nothing.
No, we are getting nobody. We are getting nobody.
You think we sell Garnacho and Rashford?
I could see that happening.
Then we will get someone. How do we know?
Why will it? We sold Sancho and didn't sign anybody.
No, but like, no.
Bro,
They're not going to do it.
What's the difference? We all knew. No. Hold up. We all knew Sancho was leaving.
All right,
we sold Sancho. We sold Sancho and didn't sign anybody. So why are we so confident?
I'll tell you why. Go on. Because there's okay, cool. When they're doing that like nasty business and stuff like that, basically, and they're like kind of doing things where like they're just giving us enough to get by, which is what we've got right now, there's only so far that you can go with that. If you know that your midfield options right now, we've just identified we don't have a ball carrier and we don't have a ball progressor. So that you could get away this season and saying, Collier, Maino, Agate, just deal with it, mate. Eriksen, you're going to have to just get on till the summer, If you don't have any wing-back options, and then what was the other one we were talking about? Oh, that's wing-back and 10s, If you get rid of all of that and you've got deficiencies in 3 areas, it's going to be so obvious. They're going to get like I said to you earlier, it's going to be so obvious that INEOS haven't backed him, and everyone's going to turn on INEOS. I think
INEOS didn't. You know what? But INEOS set him up for this anyway. They set him.
It's a conspiracy.
They set him up. I was just rewatching Power, and there's a point where what was his name? Vincent kidnapped Tariq, and he said to Tommy, "You lot got 24 hours to get me 2 million." That's what they've done to Amarim.
Flawless is scarred, man. He's just scarred. He's scarred from all the pain,
It's not scarred. It's evident.
You're hurting. It's fine. You're hurting.
Rhino, so let me ask you then, Rhino. Yeah, go on.
No. He's so scarred, bro.
Listen.
So scarred.
Do you know where I'm at? Put me next to Nero and Leon and Eddie. Put me next to them.
Yeah.
Put us next to each other. Yeah. Bring Nero down with us. Yeah. Put us next to each other.
Yeah, this is the
my brothers. My brothers.
Wait.
Now I still love the man at the top. Don't worry about my brothers.
But bro, deep, he signed,
I pick my side.
Like flawless, like.
I'm listening. Go.
Flawless, I rate you, bro. Flawless, I rate you, bro. Like I watch the content.
Look at him gaslighting Flawless.
Nah, but it's like for me, come on, like you're saying they've put him in that mess. So why do you think they're not gonna get him players to get him out of that mess?
He's hurting, that's why.
I don't think it is. I just think they're genuinely and I keep saying this. No, because I don't think they're logical. I think they're incompetent.
Exactly.
I think they're woeful.
Okay.
I think they are absolutely horrendous at their job. And to your point, Nero, you made it before when you were talking about Delo, and if this was Ten Hag, how we'd criticize him if he was like playing Delo, for instance, and it's still not working. If the Glazers had done what INEOS had done since the start of their reign, we would have crucified them. But because it was new, we let it slide. The craziest part is the Glazers would have done sack Ten Hag, you know what, long before they sacked managers for less.
Yeah, they would have,
But because it was new, and it was all this new, it was the new shiny toy, and it was all this new energy surrounding.
Flawless, can I ask you a question? Sorry to interrupt you, Flawless.
Of course.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah.
Go on.
All right, cool. So your Sarcasm City, this is your channel, right? Yeah.
Yes, this is the channel.
And
that's not the question, by the way. That's not the question, right?
All of us here have been scouted by your talent ID. Like you've got us all here because we believe in our talent and whatever.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's fair.
I like where this is going.
So right now, if I start wilding out, and me and you just have some mad fallout now, are these not going to now blame you for scouting me in the first place? Are they going to blame you and say, Flawless, your talent ID's wrong. You should have checked out Rhino and da-da-da-da-da.
Never that, because there's going to be things because football has so many variables. We're all gonna have. That's why I brought you lot in here. Like that's the last thing I want on this show. Last thing this channel is the echo chamber. One thing everyone has here is a fucking opinion. That is without doubt. Not just you, man. Everybody you see on here has one. So that's what it is. And it's variables I like to hear because I believe all of you, man, believe what you are saying. So that's why I can have the back and forth. Where it becomes an issue for me is I'm having a debate with someone and I'm like, I don't believe what you are saying. This is why me and Musa always clash on Unfiltered podcast because he's a very smart guy, knows football, and then he says certain things, and I'm like, I know you just saying this to cause ruckus. When I asked you yesterday, is Onana a top 4 goalkeeper in the Premier League? You don't believe that. Like, what we talking about here? You don't think he's one of the top 4 goal? Yeah, that's what he said yesterday. Oh, he's one of the top 4 goalkeepers in the league. No, you don't think that.
I
You
want to
don't
back
think
him. I want to back him.
Nah, he didn't say that.
Send him up top.
Wait, can I defend Musa though? Can I defend Musa?
Yeah,
No,
go
I think-
I want to back
I
him.
think
but
it's the
making-
same.
Making it hard.
I'm
for me.
not to say that I agree with. I think it's the context of how he's saying it because it's the same thing that Traps says with McTominay. Because Traps doesn't actually rate McTominay like people think. You know, I've spoken to even Traps separately, but what he does, he lets people run with that narrative because he can't be bothered. What Traps and Musa are basically saying is that we hate players, and then when they're gone, we backtrack or we flip flop, and you know what I mean. Basically,
Revisionism.
Traps' idea was McTominay wasn't a big problem, but then people hate on him. Then when he goes and does well at another club, they make excuses. But when it's another player, they don't have the same energy. It's the same way Traps. I feel like Musa has that same thing. Musa's basically saying, "Bro, Onana's caused us problems, but Onana's not our biggest problem. If we have a good squad around Onana, we can get top 4." I don't think he means he's top 4 best goalkeepers, bro. Even Martinez is better than Onana.
No. I asked him verbatim, repeatedly, is he top 4 goalkeeper in the league? And he said yes.
But anyway, let me get back to my point. So why are we getting on INEOS now? Why are we getting on INEOS for?
Eddie, what did you say?
What did you say, Eddie?
Be that goalkeeper where he need to be in the gutter. Don't say this. You don't want
he's
to be
crap.
paid, bro. It is what it is, bro.
Nah, what's the J. Cole?
But flawless anyway. So cool.
Yeah,
You basically said, you know what? You've hired the talent. You've scouted us. You believe in us. Whatever. You know, big up, flawless. But so I think it's the same thing as INEOS. I get it's a bad first impression and they've made a big mistake. But you know what I think here? I think the fact that they hired Ashworth, they took a while to scout him. They took a while to, that whole process, the gardening leave and all of that. They got him. He made a few mistakes. They reviewed it and they got rid of him. I feel like I don't mind people being upset with INEOS for that, but look at both sides of it. I feel like it's so early in their tenure, and I get it, the first impressions thing. You feel me? It's like a girl. If a girl puts you off in a certain way, you're gonna think, you know what I mean? No matter what, she could recover herself. But I feel like why are we not giving them? Because we're scarred with the Glazer stuff. I feel like we're just trying to look at it one way.
Because the girl the girl dated my ops. You know what I'm saying? My arch nemesis. She went.
Okay, wait. Let me ask a question, Flawless. Let me ask a question. Flawless, answer this honestly. Flawless, answer this honestly. Yeah,
I will.
A buck. Keep it a buck. Yeah. When we're getting Dan Ashworth, were you happy about it or not?
I was I'm not keeping a book. It was a wait. I wasn't happy with it. It was
I wasn't happy at all.
I wasn't unhappy with it. It was a wait and see. That's where I was at with Dan Ashworth.
No,
but did you question it at any point? Did you feel like, okay, you know what, they're going for Dan Ashworth?
I was like, okay, let's see. They seemed pretty certain, but they seemed fairly certain about.
But what did you think about Ashworth? What was your perspective?
He had done okay, but he would have to have done better here. But he previously, I can only go off his previous work. He did okay. That's it.
That's what they did as well. That's what they did as well, though.
He did okay.
They did the same thing, though.
He wasn't.
He wasn't best in class, though.
They have to do better than that, though, because they didn't do their due diligence and all the
so
issues
you feel
that
like
they had after it.
But why am I hearing? I keep hearing this due diligence word, like.
Because I'll explain why. I'll explain why they didn't do their due diligence, because their Ashworth's thinking and their thinking
wasn't aligned.
Not aligned. Far apart. It was word to told. The stars didn't align for this one. It was galaxies apart. How can his thought process be? I want Howe and Southgate, and they're on Amarim, Tuchel, De Zerbi, etc.
You weren't here for football, man.
And if you man was sat down in the because you man didn't do your due diligence and do your research in the interview. That interview process wasn't an interview process. Because in the interview process, if you sat down, because Ten Hag was struggling at this point, and go, all right, let's say indeed we do hypothetically get rid of Ten Hag. What's your ideas on the new manager? And you sit and you say, we're thinking of Amarim, Tuchel, De Zerbi, and Ashworth goes, no, I'm thinking I'm dead against them and dead set against them. I'm looking at Southgate and Howe. That there's a red flag that this is not going to work. They didn't have that conversation. They had zero. They had minimal conversations with Ashworth, and now Ashworth left. It was his fault. Keep using this reference. It's like when a character dies in Power or The Wire or The Sopranos or anything like that. As soon as a character dies, all the murders are on him. That's what they tell the authorities. Yeah, he did all them. No, you lot co-sign this. So with Ashworth, it seemed I was like okay with it. Wasn't against it. Was okay with it. That's legit where I'm at with it. And it
So
turned out
isn't
it
there the
didn't work.
possibility of it just it was going well at the start and then it started to kind of reveal itself? Isn't that also a possibility?
I
that
don't think
it seemed aligned, and maybe he gassed up certain things to get in the job, and then but once they started working with him, they realized, you know what, this ain't working. You feel me? Because I feel like we have to look at all the options as well. Mm-hmm. But I hear that though. I get it, man. It's not a good first impression, so I get that.
Yeah, but my major issues ain't even with them with Ashworth. That's not even my main problem with them. That's why I ain't really crashing them for the Ashworth stuff. I don't like the whole blaming him for everything. Them number.
But what if it's true though? What if it's true though? What if it's actually true?
What if he did?
What if he was?
He's not head honcho.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody co-signed it. Who co-signed it?
That's
that
true.
bald brother.
Who you talking about?
That's where I agree with you.
Like,
that's
so
true. That's true.
That's where I'm at with it, Rhino. If Ashworth was head honcho and he makes all the final decisions, somebody signed off on these things. Now because it went wrong, nobody wants to say it was me. But if it went right, if it went correct, everyone would be owning up to it. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nah. You lot,
guys, help me here. Nero Leon, help me here.
But
you blame Ashworth. I hear that, Nero, before you go. I hear the blaming of Ashworth. I have no issues with that. But somebody, all them bad decisions we are talking about, multiple people, I don't think it was one. Multiple people co-signed.
That's true.
That's where I'm at with it. Go on, Nero.
I would honestly say,
yeah.
And I can't. If you have a strike against INEOS, that's fine. That's strike one though.
Yeah.
Is strike one big enough to just forget even about a strike two or strike three?
For me, they ran through them strikes with the Ten Hag stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
They was the strikes for me, Eddie.
If what I'm saying is all that Ten Hag situation came from Ashworth's persistence with this guy. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm telling you, I think it was literally a boys for the boys love. Like it was
a job for the boys thing.
Yeah. Pull up. Because why was he such an important piece? Like going through all this shit with Newcastle form and everything like that, wasting time like that.
But Eddie, bro, I have the same opinion. Like, if you look at his business, what he's done, Brighton's like when he was at Brighton, they weren't doing like he was at Brighton when they like first came up to the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? He's not at Brighton like recently. Obviously he signed Potter. You know what I'm saying? Potter was kind of the start of what they wanted to do. But going on what to Flawless said, in terms of like signing Ashworth, for me, I'm agreeing with Flawless because it's like, cool. How can you go and do a due diligence or you didn't? You go get this guy, you know, you've been chasing him for so long. You've had so many footballing conversations with him. And then when you're talking about football now, you know, you're talking about managers. You know, there's so many managers excluding, you know, Amorim. You got the Stuttgart manager, Motta, all of these, man. And then he's like, nah, Eddie Howe, Southgate. Like, surely there was like a sign that this guy wasn't right. He wasn't,
you know what's crazy, Nero? Them conversations never happened. They never asked the question. Them conversations never happened.
And that's their fault.
And that's not even my biggest issue with INEOS. But go on, carry on. That even my major issue with him. But go on.
Because for me, I think if Omar was there from the jump, he would have been asking, because this happens in everyday life. You know, you see someone that knows like who will talk about football, then all you need to do is poke, just ask the right questions, and then you'll see where their level is at. Like you know when you're talking to someone and they know what they're talking about. I was talking to someone the other day, imagine he said to me, this was right after the Southampton game, and then he was like, oh, United fan, because he saw my jacket, He's like, oh, you United fan, I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, that Ahmad, I like him, but, you know, he's not decisive enough, you know. Everything he said, it just went out, it went here and it went there. He was like, yeah, like him and Garnacho on the same level, mate. I think he was being serious. Geez. Like, you know, and so it's like, bro, imagine I heard him say something like that, and I'm trusting his footballing opinion. So it's the same thing like that. The conversations weren't had, They brought in this guy who doesn't know what won, or he's not on the same footballing level as them, and then now we're costing. How like the Sancho one? How can you get rid of this guy? Like,
that's the biggest L this season by far.
Because for me,
and I think, do you know Nero? And I think that stems off keeping Ten Hag as well, because Ten Hag was beefing Sancho as well. So it's a mess. Go on. Sorry, go on.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, the players were getting linked with, like Cunha, for that inside 10 role. Who else have you been linked with? Like,
what, in terms of in general being linked? Kirk inside 10. I just know Cunha. Yeah, I just know Cunha.
It's been
just Cunha. Okay, cool.
Striker and left wing backs, but it's been mainly wing backs from what I've seen.
Wing backs from what I've seen as well, yeah.
But even a Cunha, yeah, cool. Cunha is a good player, but for me, I think Sancho is better than him.
Yeah.
Because in that inside, to play inside, what Amorim was even saying, he said Garnacho. He basically said the reason why he's not playing is because
he's the inside and out thing, innit? Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
You can't play inside. When you look at Garnacho, he's not picking up the ball in between that line, turning, escaping pressure, and pinning the team back. He's not. That's not his game. Sancho's comfortable receiving the ball in between the line, turning, playing the way,
playing in tight spaces.
Not playing the way. Yeah, playing in tight spaces, moving the ball forward.
Like these men will actually pass it near the box and in the box, where like, we just panic near the box.
Right way.
What to do as well.
Do you know what I mean? So
with the right way. So this is what I'm saying. Like, so we had someone there who was making the stupid decision to get rid of a player who, Sancho for me fits a lot of different systems, and that's why he's so good. For me, he can play on both wings, and he can do a job in a lot of different systems. So listen, I understand people. I understand why Flawless is moving like this. I understand, but at the same time, it's like, come on. If they don't get in players, then it's actually like beyond insane. It's beyond insane.
And you know what is also beyond insane? Agreeing to get rid of Ten Hag.
Bro.
No, we ain't go bypass it. Wait. Let me land. We ain't go bypass it. Eddie, you know what I think? The reason why I think it's on the same level, because you did this long ass assessment before you go, Sheet. This long ass assessment. Why the assessment took so long, I don't know. Because me just sat here watching watch-alongs can tell you this man's not good enough. All the stats tell you this. All the eye tests tell you this. But you lot had this long 5-6 month assessment. You then agreed to get rid of him. Then had a terrible attempt at replacing him. Let's not forget that. The people just bypassed that. We had a terrible, piss poor, absolutely shocking attempt at replacing him. Failed then to replace him. Then went back to him. Then gave him a contract extension, then gave him more money and expected it to get better. That is insane. A man you've all unanimously agreed to say, hey, this guy's not good enough, that you are actively and publicly trying to replace him. And then you go back to him because you couldn't replace him, which is horrendous in itself. Like Amorim wasn't there in the summer. I keep saying this. There's a difference between mistakes and monumental fuck-ups. They fall in the latter. That in itself showed me. Oh, yeah, you man ain't got a
question for you and Sheik. I'll just ask one question for you and Sheik.
Of course.
INEOS, as currently constructed on this date, would you agree it's far different than the one that was operating when that whole Eric Ten Hag debacle happened?
Who was there? Weren't everyone here? Who was missing?
Some people were missing for sure.
Omar wasn't, bro.
You have to let me know. So Barada wasn't here, and who else?
Wilcox and all of them then.
So who was it? So again,
before they got in, weren't they watching all the games for 3 or 4 months?
So you're saying they're working behind the scenes already?
They working. They assessed. Was they not a part of the assessment board? Yeah, they were working.
Definitely not Omar. I don't think Omar was.
So again, that INEOS structure has not changed till today.
I don't know who's a part of it, Eddie.
Let's go with the idea that they've changed in some capacity, which I think is reasonable to say.
No, because then they was a part of the same committee that kept him. They was all there at Villa.
Okay.
That's where I'm at with it. They was all there at Villa. Yeah, of course, Nero.
I got a question. So who's like INEOS? Who's on INEOS watch? Yeah, who's on INEOS watch?
I think everyone.
INEOS watch. I don't like point blank. Period.
Okay. Yeah. I'm on INEOS watch.
I think they're
Okay, cool.
horrendous.
I'm on INEOS watch as well. How about that? But
I
saying,
got the
you man,
binoculars on the rooftop. I got the binoculars on
Okay,
the
cool.
rooftop. I'm just watching from a distance. I'm watching from a
so
distance.
I'm
that's
saying
all.
you man are proper like you man are proper like okay, cool. So when we say INEOS, yeah, I need to just get this right. Flawless Sheik, King. When you talk about INEOS, yeah, who are you talking about? Like, is it a specific person? Is it a
Everybody
conglomerate? Is it like what is it?
No, everybody are part of it.
Appointed and hired.
So
The whole,
yeah, so you're talking.
So
Yes.
Brailsford and
You're
Ratcliffe.
talking
Gibbs,
Ratcliffe.
We're talking about Omar. We're talking
Yeah.
about Brailsford. We're talking
Omar.
about Ashwood when he was there. We're talking
What's he talking
about
about,
yes,
Omar?
of course they hired Omar.
Omar's
Omar
not
wanted
INEOS
hired
though.
Omar.
They're separate entities, no?
No,
They
but
work
Does
as a
he not-
collective.
Does he not work for INEOS? Did INEOS not hire him?
They hire him, but INEOS is still a
Does it say
separate.
INEOS on his? Does it say INEOS on his check?
He's an employer of INEOS, but he's not part
Yeah.
of INEOS.
So, but
As in board level, he's not
the
part of
same way
INEOS.
we. But
Of course he is.
he was
Nah,
there.
he is.
He's because he was there a part of the meetings when they did that.
He's the
when
CEO.
When they was the jury, I'm gonna try and find a picture. Someone
Yeah.
try and find a picture on Google at Villa. He was there when they did the jury thing. When we drew 0-0 to
Yeah,
Aston
but I
Villa.
think that, but Flawless with that, quote me if I'm wrong. I think that the decision was already they had already gone through with what Ashraf is saying before Omar had a part to play in how strong Ashraf's word is anyway. Because I reckon if Omar was there before, Omar might have, because Omar was the one that went in for Ruben and everything as well. And that's such a different manager to what Ashraf was looking at. So clearly, if Omar was here while Ashraf was making certain decisions, the clash would have happened a long time ago. So maybe, obviously, INEOS definitely went wrong. So INEOS probably should have waited till Omar came in before making such a mad big decision. Do you know what I'm saying? Or they're definitely incompetent, 100%.
Because it was an easy decision
to make. It's the decision.
I get it though. I get it.
It's the whole decision.
You lot are not wrong to
mention
feel
one
away.
more thing.
Anyway.
Let me mention one more thing that we haven't mentioned so far. Why do you think they got Ruud van Nistelrooy in the club? Why do you think they did that? Because if the wheels fall off,
you tell me, Sheik. You tell me.
If the wheels, it's because it's simple right now. And that's what they did. If the wheels fell off, he's the replacement. We can keep him until the end of the season. This is all telling me that it's all pre-planned. They planned all this. They decided to go with him when the wheels fall off. It's easy for us to put in Ruud. Also, why? Because he's a fan favorite. So there wouldn't be backlash from it. That Ruud is at the club.
Like a scapegoat
Exactly,
kind of thing.
Exactly. So these are all decisions. When we're talking about INEOS, and I could speak for Flawless too, I'm talking about their whole institution. Everyone, Sir Jim, the people that they hired, all of it. That's the people above. These are the ones who are making these sporting decisions for our club currently. And again, I don't trust them because they've messed it up since day one.
But
since
okay, but cool. Can I challenge that? Yeah.
Go on.
So, for example, like the Omar argument I'm making, Omar's direction of the club is so different to what Wilcox was. So how do you still put him in that same category? Now you can. They're collective now, but at that time when he was now getting woven in, he wasn't part of certain decisions. So why do you still blame him if he hasn't made? Yeah.
But weren't they all sitting in those chairs watching the game?
But I think they'd already taken Wilcox's direction first. Do you get what I mean?
I don't know when he took over, but Omar, when did Barada say? So
Omar was definitely part of it when they kept Ten Hag, but I think that was still a Wilcox decision before Omar had say on that.
You co-signed it.
They'd already gone with.
Yeah, but
you might not took the kill shot, but you co-signed the kill.
No, guys.
You didn't push back. I said you might not have took the kill shot, but you co-signed the kill. You're a part of it.
He weren't there though.
No, but
he was there.
Omar was the first one that we actually brought into the club. That was
Omar came in last. Omar was the last one.
He came in last, but he was the first one that we appointed to when we had talks.
Yeah.
One random night we woke up and we were like, "Oh, United secretly went to Manchester."
And just to clarify, Omar Barada started work on the 13th of July.
Yeah, I remember. So what I'm saying, but then how come his direction is so different to Wilcox then? It doesn't add up to me.
I don't think
if Wilcox was going for the
same page.
They're on the same page. I don't think it's different.
I think.
Well, you guys just said earlier Wilcox was going for the English managers, and now Omar Barada's going for Ruben. It's different.
No, Ashworth, fam, not Wilcox. Ashworth.
I'm sorry, Ashworth. Sorry, I'm saying So that's what I mean. So Ashworth and Omar have two different opinions. So how could it have matched? That's what I mean. Ashworth and Omar. Sorry,
it took them long to get to that decision because they all agreed to keep Ten Hag. That's
Okay,
where
I
my
get that,
issue
I hear
lies.
that. Yeah, I hear
My
that. I hear
issue
that, I hear
lies
that.
with them keeping Ten Hag. They
Yeah.
watch, they
That
back
damage
this
was
man.
too much in your opinion.
And
kind of
I
thing.
don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
think they wanted Ruben from the beginning. They talked to Tuchel. They spoke to Tuchel.
And if
about
Thomas
manager.
Tuchel would have said yes, Thomas Tuchel
If
would
Thomas
currently be
Tuchel
our
would have
manager.
said yes, we'd be Thomas Tuchel FC right now.
Yeah, but is that because he was available though? That's the only thing
That's
I
the
would say.
problem.
Is that 'cause he
Amorim
was
would have been
Okay,
available. I don't think anything
we
changed too
just
much.
proved that
You could've got
Do
Amorim
you think
available.
We
Amorim
just
like
proved that Amorim was available.
no?
We just went and got him.
So situations change over time. Of course, I'm not saying that's something that nobody knows, but like I read at one point they had spoken to Amorim during the summer. He said, "Allow me to build with this team." They came back, gave him an offer he couldn't refuse, and the rest was history. That's what I honestly think. If you put that big bag on the table,
to counter that, Eddie,
it changes a lot.
To counter that, I keep saying this: if we win against West Ham, Ruben's not here. He's not here.
We don't know that.
No,
Ancelotti's leaving Madrid this summer.
It's always to suggest though that they had
don't bring him.
opportunities. They had ample of opportunities.
No, I'm not saying bringing Ancelotti. I'm just saying he's leaving Madrid this summer. That's just breaking news.
That's why I feel
like
more.
I didn't say bring him in.
Evidence to suggest.
I know you.
You know me what? Amorim's my guy. What are you talking about? Amorim's my guy.
Bro, Ancelotti FC. I know what you're
I am Ancelotti, of course. I'm a big fan of Ancelotti, but Amorim's my guy. I'm not saying bring.
How long's Amorim been your guy for?
Since he was my first choice. He was my second choice in the summer, first choice after Flick.
Yeah, but before that, Commander remember times when Flawless was on stream saying, "What has he done? Is he decorated enough?" I can remember that.
Last season.
I can remember that. Yeah, I can remember that. I can remember that.
Wait.
Yeah.
He's your guy, cool.
Yeah.
Review the footage. Review the footage.
He was literally in the summer. He was my second choice behind Flick. I would have said Flick is more decorated.
Before that. But I can remember what. Anyway, things change anyway. You know?
But he's INEOS guy.
You know what I'm saying? I still want my goals, by the way.
No, I know. I know you would take Ancelotti.
Please.
You would take Ancelotti, yeah.
I'm saying.
Why would I do that? No.
Hey,
you wouldn't take Ancelotti.
Let that man rest, man.
I wouldn't take Ancelotti. I won't bring Ancelotti into this because then we have to restart again. Like we've just restarted. We've literally just clicked the restart button 2 months ago. Why would we then? Because you might have saying we're gonna bring in players in this month. So if we bring in players this month, then get Ancelotti in the summer, then we'd have to reset again.
I mean, I think it depends on the format and what we bring in. For me personally, yeah, I get it. Why people wouldn't trust INEOS, yeah. But they have been in the last window, their last bit of credibility with transfers has been pretty good, to be fair. Even though they've made like some bad decisions on the outgoing with Sancho, and they probably didn't bring enough in. What they did actually do business in the summer was not, I wouldn't say it was exceptional, but it was good. Like, I can't fault that. For me, I think that there's two elements for me. Yeah. We're now playing a system rather than with a manager that needed a specific player and needed that specific player. No other options, overpaying for him, blah, 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 yeah? So they could actually get away with... I mean, what do we actually think that Rashford, Malacia, and who else is going to go? Anthony and Casemiro. Do we believe all four of them? And Garnacho.
What, leave this window? Or are you saying in the summer?
Somebody's going to have to stay. You reckon we're going to have 5 outgoings?
No. I don't think we have 5 outgoings. Like, Anthony's already gone. I think Malacia...
It seems like Casemiro's gone. Like,
I think Malacia will stay. I don't think Casemiro leaves in this window. Though.
You don't think he goes?
I don't think he goes now. No.
So then we got... So you think Rashford, Garnacho, and Anthony? That's what you think. Maybe Malacia as well.
Potentially. I'd say Anthony and Rashford. That's what I would say. Because the Garnacho one is still iffy. They want a better
offer. That's what I say. I think Napoli one of those two.
Yeah, Napoli first offer is 40, but they want 55 million for Garnacho.
One of those two will go. I would say.
Take the money and run.
I don't think they both go. Of course. 100%. I don't think they both go. I think one of the two go.
Rashford or Garnacho.
Yeah, I don't think they both leave.
I think one leaves
the Rashford thing's been held up from their end, isn't it? Because they're over their English quota, if I got that correct, where they're waiting for Tomori to go out for him to come in. That's what
they're also waiting. So Barcelona is also another team that they're waiting on because they don't know what's happening with Ansu Fati. Because they're saying that if Ansu Fati is able, if they get rid of him, then they will go for Rashford. That's another like pending situation with Barcelona. There's Borussia Dortmund who've inquired about Rashford.
Yeah.
AC Milan have inquired about Rashford, but AC Milan transferred, like I just heard a couple of days ago, they're now going in for Felix. So if they now try to go in for Felix and see if a deal's available for Felix, I think they'll drop the Rashford thing. And again, it's just I think
with the Rashford thing, for me, that's the longest deal to do. That one's going to go right down to the wire, down to the last few days. I think with the Rashford, that's the long-winded.
But it shouldn't though. It shouldn't because from the time he announced, he alluded basically to I'm going to be leaving when I leave. Club should have been already on it from there. They should have known what it's going to take. And to get him in and what needs to happen next. So
depends
that Rashford thing, I'm not like I ain't hearing that though. Like,
it depends. You know what it is? If they're trying to work on a deal where it's an obligation to buy, then it becomes longer. If they're trying to get that agreement in place where they know that that you don't have to mess around the summer doing the whole negotiations again, like it's already kind of done. There's an option there. Like let's just say they go AC Milan, they've got an option to buy, and they go, we're confident he's going to go to that league, rip it up, and we're going to have less work to do in the summer because we've got the price agreed. Then it comes down to them because obviously then they'll want to subsidize the wages, put him in the shop window and then sell him. So depends. If it's just a straight loan, Nero, then you're right. That if it's just a loan with no obligation, that should be done. Like that should, even if you got to pay 3/4 of the wages, that should be.
I'm gonna get to that in a second. And Matthew was cool, don't worry about it, like I said. But yeah, in the summer, for those that clarify, because you don't remember better than me, Flick was my first choice. That's who I wanted in the summer. I wanted Flick before he went Barcelona. And I was like, I'm him second, but he should have been not should have been, by the time it would have been Flick. But they decided obviously to keep, Ten Hag, but we move. And that reminds me to part of my Ten Hag tweet. Breaking news, blessed for this, Rhino. Napoli will hold new contracts for Alejandro Garnacho in the next few hours. The Italian side are willing to pay more than 50 million euros unit bonuses. That's from Attilo Malena.
I also heard that Conte spoke to him. He already spoke to him on the phone.
You know what you do with that?
Take it, bro. Get this coconut hair out of here, bro. Get the coconut hair out of here, bro. Go on, natural. Get this guy out of here, bro. That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, Conte, he's gonna get Garnacho, then he's gonna realize,
he's gonna be fucked.
He's gonna try and make him a
Conte might make it work,
bro. That's his
problem, man.
Garnacho, get into that.
I said the same thing, Leon. It's crazy. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Deals that we could have done, but we didn't do because
that's why we got to be smart. Yeah, put a sell on. If you don't get the money you want, just put a sell on something and let that go, man. See you later.
We should have done
to go from. Sorry, I was just gonna say to go from Kvara to Garnacho is nasty work.
But that's Conte.
That's biggest downgrade.
But that's Conte. That's why he's
the biggest downgrade, bro, in history, bro. Bro, he's the worst, bro. I said it before. He's the worst left winger in Europe, brother. There's no one worse. There's no one worse than Garnacho, brother. There's no one worse than this guy. There's no one worse than Garnacho. There's no one worse than Rasmus Højlund. You know what I'm saying? Get these man, Rashford. Get these man.
Højlund made me bankrupt, fam. I went back.
No, exactly. Rhino invested in the Højlund
Bitcoin, man. That was deep, no, that one hurts, bro.
Why does it hurt, Rhino? What happened? Talk to us.
My stocks. I cashed my stocks.
He believed. He was a believer.
Oh yeah, that's.
Now, do you know what it is, though? I'll be honest.
Rhino, you're telling ID, man.
Nah, do you know what it is?
Hey, Nero, you better act like Trey from Boys in the Hood. Get out of the car, man. You know what I'm saying? Leon back to 60 goals.
In my defense,
wait, who was getting the 60 goals?
Yeah, let's not do that. We're not in this shit.
Now I said don't do that to the team, yeah.
I would have said really that guy's going to score 8 to 10 maximum in a season. Never mind.
Bro. Wait. Who said 85?
Hey, wait, no, guys, we've got flawless. No, Nero, I've got you. Nero and Leon, don't worry, I've got you. Flawless. Can you explain? No, Leon, I've got you. Trust me, flawless.
I know what you're gonna say.
Can you explain this PlayStation deal? What was the options? What did you? What was your side? Yeah. What was your side of the deal?
I'll explain.
Yeah, go on.
Because Rhino knows, but he just wants to play for him.
Yeah, he does. So I stand on it. I'm not going to be like Saeed or Troops and make excuses on it. I called it way wrong. Because what I've seen from Manchester United, I thought we was going to do again, which is in the sense of cheat death. We haven't been good in 11, 12 years, but yet somehow we always manage to do something successfully. So whether that's winning the FA Cup, winning the League Cup, winning the Europa League, etc.
We always catch life. We always catch life.
I thought, yo, we've been committing crimes for years. We gonna get off again. So that was the deal. So this was at the time. This was after we beat City, which I believe was the 15th of December. And I was saying we could still finish top 6 at this point. And then man was saying, nah, we can't go on a run and da. And then Saeed then said, all right, here's the thing. So we going back and forth. If we finish top 6, I'll buy you a PS5. So that's where it stemmed from. And then someone in the chat said it. And then I was like, all right, cool. Then that went on for a couple of weeks. And then the Newcastle game, which was 2 weeks later because it was the 30th, broke me. And I said, after we lost that game, I was like, oh, this is different. We are paying for our crimes.
People make mistakes. I hear that. Even if you're so competent, you've got so much clout in the YouTube game, you still make mistakes.
You still make mistakes. But I haven't made a mistake on the level of keeping Ten Hag. You know what I'm saying? I've not made that mistake. I ain't made that mistake.
It's the principality. I
ain't made that mistake. You know what I'm saying? I ain't made that mistake. Actually, let me clarify. I ain't made that mistake. Let me just say that. Because if I made that mistake, I wouldn't have a channel.
You know what? This guy,
you know what's the equivalent of
just blame the AI.
No, you know what the equivalent. You know what the equivalent of me that is. You know what the equivalent of that is. That's like me giving Ryan the keys to the city. That's what it would.
Ooh.
That's the equivalent.
Where's Ryan? How is he? Is he good? Yeah.
Yeah, he's blessed.
I ain't
man.
seen that guy
somewhere
in
crying. Yeah, he's about, man. He's about. He was in the chat yesterday.
Big up Ryan,
Liverpool shirt Barbados. So that's the equivalent. Them keeping Ten Hag is me giving the keys. And if I give the keys of Sarcasm City to that Egypt, what would happen to this channel? In the gutter. What are we talking about?
The gutter.
So that's what it is.
But good defense. Good defense. Good defense.
Nah, because I don't blame
resolute.
I don't blame anyone else for my mistakes. When I call things wrong, I'll stay. I called it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, oh, Arsenal gonna win the league, like Troop said. And then
so Flawless, can we have a deal? Yeah, can we do a deal? Yeah. So if INEOS get bringing one player on loan or permanent, can me, Leon, and Nero and Eddie be at the top and you guys be at the bottom for the next show?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, perfect.
You can host it. Hey, Rhino, here's one further. You can host it if you want.
No. Here's what we're doing. Yeah.
Pressure.
Here's what we're doing.
It's only if you want it. That's cool.
If we get it done, on February the 3rd, when the transfer window closes, I want the channel from 10 till 12. I'm running the deadline show.
I'm with that. I'm down with that.
I don't even run a deadline show, but you know what? Deal.
I'm running a deadline show.
Yeah, you can run a deadline show.
Cool. That'll be hard.
No problem. We'll pattern it. 110%, 10 a.m. till what do you say? 10 a.m. till midday, yeah?
Bro,
we'll talk the day before and run it.
No. I'm on about 10 p.m. till 12. I ain't got all day to sit on.
I thought you said 10. I thought you said 10
all day.
10 p.m. till 12. Oh, no, that's calm. Whatever time. 10 p.m. till 12 works. No problem. That is fine.
But deadline show, that's a good idea.
Can we have some rules on that show as well?
Go on. Yeah, go on. We negotiate
like
right now.
Speak when you're spoken to and stuff like that.
Yeah. Can we also don't do that. Can we also talk
BSB, but no.
Flawless. Can we also?
No, but you know what it is? I want the keys for this because if I don't like what you say, I'm just booting you straight out.
I'll let you know.
Like an INEOS cycling shirt for my dog Flawless one time. You rock that joint on street, but I'm asking too much.
Wait. Rhino.
No, that's
Yo.
Gentlemen like about this shit. Don't worry, Flawless.
Is that what Monts does? Man said what?
So when your team gets smoked, because I watch them, it's hilarious. Like, it's not for everybody. Some people only want serious talks, but like if you don't mind a bit of banter, so basically when your team gets smoked, basically you have to read out the super chats, and then I think you get put at the bottom, and basically like if they tell you to the shush, like you're allowed to get battered up, basically. It's funny, though. It's kind of funny.
Hey, that ain't the worst one. Crazy. That ain't the worst one, right? The one I see that had me tripping. I think it was, I think it's never a foul.
Oh, the jail thing.
Jail. Bro, they put cows in the jail.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's peak.
Cows in the jail. It's crazy.
You can't speak for like 2 minutes on that.
I stopped joining, bro.
Yeah, it's bad.
None of
the shout out to Big Six Bands.
It's definitely not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, go on, Sheik. You go.
All I just want to say is that you guys are, all giddy talking about, what if we do sign a player? What if we don't? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, go on, speak it. Talk it.
You know why? No, you know why? Because it's not. Because if we don't, all right, Sheik, you can.
I'm already at the bottom anyway. I don't mind.
I'll be unhappy if we don't. Like it will just co-sign what I already believe about these man already. So I won't even be happy. I don't even want to cry. I want you man to be right.
You'd be more upset. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Yeah,
because I think we
I
are.
want to say this too.
Go on,
like,
go on.
I agree. Like when Leon and Nero were talking about, oh, they want to get rid of players and stuff first. I completely agree with that. However, my thing is that that's their main focus right now. It's not getting in players; it's getting rid of the players.
Oh yeah, that's my issue.
That's their main focus.
Yeah,
and I feel like before they even
they need
think
to get
about
rid of players so that they
in,
can get players.
That's their main.
You know what it is?
Their main focus right now.
You know what it is? They're trying to be smart with the business side, but sometimes they're being a little bit. You still got to risk it in business. Do you know what I mean? You still got to invest. Yeah. I don't know if it's incompetence. I think
it all goes back to.
You know what it is? Can I be real with you? Can I just be real with you? Some people don't want to spend their own money as much as they can. Do you know what I mean? But this is a football club is the model where you're gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt you the most. Like for example, these men are looking at their portfolio right now and they're like Casemiro, Rashford, Anthony, and Malacia. Yeah. Let's just say that you get. Take that out of it. Sorry. Let's just say you get 40 million for Garnacho, 45. You get 15 for Malacia. Yeah. They're looking to spend as little of that 60 million as possible. And that's why they can get away with, they will sign players because we have a system right now. So they don't have to buy the creme de la creme to make the system work for the 6-month period that we're looking at. So I think they're going to do the cheap thing. I think they're going to loan one player, buy one player, and I think that'll be it.
And Leon, that's why I don't hear the whole buy to sell model.
They shouldn't do that, by the way. But
I hear you. We could loan players. That don't cost a lot. We could have easily have done deals for loans. And you know what? I would have been cool with that.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I would be if even now if we bring in free loan players and they fit the system. You know what? I go, hey, you know what? Props to INEOS. You lot did the business. Could have done it earlier, but you lot did much more than I expected.
Because we're not in the place right now where we have to get the exact.
And they're going to be saying that at the end of the season.
Let's just say that like
end of the season was that Nero, yeah?
Nero, 3
end
players.
Of the season, yeah?
Is that 3?
I'm gonna be saying what? End of the season. Hold on. I'm just saying what?
Nero just came back from the dead, you know, like boom.
No. End of the window, bro.
End of the window.
You're gonna be saying
okay. Yeah, because all right, sure. All right, we'll see.
You know why? You know why as well? There's no excuse as well because like we're not in a position right now where we've got. It's not like we're looking at the squad and we're like we've got 9 players and we need 2 of the right profile. We have to go out and shop the right profile to make the system work. We're in a position right now that like a left back, even if he's not a left wing back, but somebody that has a bit of athleticism will fit that position. Somebody with a little bit of creativity or who doesn't mind holding onto the ball, but maybe his passing range is not unbelievable, could play 6 right now or could play 10 right now. Do you know what I'm saying? A striker that is a different variant to Zertsky and Højlund could come in right now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Even another keeper on loan or something like that. So they don't really have an excuse, and I'm interested to see. Maybe they're trying to do it too intricate where they're like, we want exactly the player we want. But the danger game is there's like 10, 13 days left. So a lot of business can be done, but if you leave the window, you've only got the left back.
Question,
Of course.
You guys, so if we don't sign any players, I get it. We kind of, the general consensus is right off this season, fine. If we do sign in players, if we do bring in, let's say, a left back and a right wing back, or maybe a 10, what would you? Okay, let's make the minimum. If we bring in 1 left back, what's you guys' expectations? What's the reason why you guys want players in? It sounds like a dumb question, but think about it the way I'm asking it. What's the reason? What's your real reason?
The reason why?
What's your expectations?
What are you saying? Because the season's so dead already. What's your reason why?
Yeah. What's your reason?
The reason is because
why you want,
can't, because we just can't continue like this.
Yeah.
We need assistance. We need I'm legit whereas before you go, Sheik, that's where I'm at with it. Because the manager, I think, is managing at a good level, and I can see what he's.
We still need the system to progress.
We can't just write off the season and continue. We are 13, 14
we need to try something, make some steps. We have to attempt
to make some steps. But in regards to expectations, I said it. The Newcastle game scarred me. I have 0 expectations. I am taking it on. Forget medium term. Forget long term. I am doing it match day by match day. It is one game at a time. I'm not thinking about where we can finish in the league. I'm not thinking about what we can do in the Europa League or the FA Cup. Is literally, I'm not looking at Fulham. We play Rangers on Thursday. That's all my focus, because these lot have shown me, hey, you know what? We are incapable of being consistent. So therefore, it's game by game. That's why I'm not looking. I have 0 expectation in regards to long-term or medium-term goals. I did initially because I thought we're going to do what we always do. Go to court and get off. And our lawyer looked at us and said, yeah, this one game.
Wait, can I ask man a question? Just quickly, What was the goal difference when Ten Hag left?
minus, I don't know, minus
I
something.
think it was -2. I think.
Minus
Or
3.
I think it was -3. I think it was -3. I think. I'm pretty sure.
-5 now, you know. Ooh.
Yeah, fully aware.
With the
And
same
where
player.
was
Yeah.
we? Was 13th, innit, or
See,
12th?
this is my thing though. People like we having this INEOS conversation. I understand. These players, dog.
Oh yeah, the players.
Yeah, we can't forget these
I
players.
feel like
man.
this is the 10-hour hangover, by the way. Like
This
real bad.
this is
Yeah.
This
I
is
feel
what I'm
like that.
saying. Like, I hear if we don't bring in, because again, I think a wing back would drastically change the
Yes,
outlook
I've been
of
saying
what
that
this
too.
team could
I
be.
think just a player of the right profile drastically changed because that's
Yeah.
now a player that is in the correct profile in this system, which
Yeah.
could drastically change. I've been saying that too. Like if we get a player that addresses our left-hand side, it could change us a lot.
Yeah.
Be
And
a
then
center,
that
Yeah.
makes
be a
Dallo
wing
go
back.
into a better position as well, and Masrari go into a
Yes.
better position as well.
Yeah,
Hey,
Dallo's
at
that
this
helps
point,
a lot.
at this
Yeah,
point,
Dallo's better
Dallo's
positions
best
on the bench,
position is
but
left bench.
Yeah.
Left
it's
bench.
bench.
Just go.
We need-
go
we
see the
need,
game real
like-
quick.
We need attacking-minded.
We need
like,
a
wing
10,
backs,
man.
like-
Yeah,
need a
that's what
10.
I was
And
saying
a
there,
10.
We need that so badly. Look at the positions
Like-
Dallo was picking up in the last game. Imagine we had like a mad ball.
Yo,
at that
Regulon,
game.
where you
Score.
at, man? Regulon, come back.
Bring back Regulon, man.
Not
Bring
even
back my guy, man.
not regular because you know why?
Sergio.
You know why I say not regular because when Regulon gets next to the box, is he gonna pick out the right pass? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is
he just kicks
is
it
gonna
anyway.
shoot?
He crosses it anyhow. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
be real. Like
he just crosses
Regulon
it
was a
anyhow.
decent player, but for the time but I'm saying
Yeah.
like I don't have to rate players to know that they fit in the system. Like someone like Frimpong.
Do you like Malacia, Nero? Sorry to cut you off. Do you like Malacia?
Malacia is good, yeah, but it's like
Malacia.
he's another one. I think he's more of a fullback. He's not a wingback. You know, wingbacks need to be decisive in the final third.
Yeah.
They're like wingers,
and defensively
bro.
as
They're
well.
like
Yeah.
And defensively, and he's had an injury.
got two roles.
Exactly. So it's just one of them ones. I like him. I think he's got a good technical level. He can even play both sides. He can play right back. I would keep him.
Okay, I didn't even know.
Yeah, he can play right back, but I would keep him to play as like in the games where we're not gonna have the ball. You know what I'm saying? Where we're gonna have to control the game off the ball. But we just need attack-minded players, bro.
Yeah, we
so
need
I can
it
see
so
why
badly, man.
the Dorgu one makes sense is because he's young, he's got that pace and power, very physical. I wouldn't say he's technical. I'm not gonna say he's mad technical, like decent. Of course, you have to be a decent technical player to be able to play both sides of the pitch. But he's not like mad technical. He's more pacey, more physical than technical, which is fine for that
What's
position.
his ball retention
You know
like?
what I'm saying?
What's his press resistance like?
He's decent.
It's calm. It's calm, but I'm not
He's
saying
very
like
comfy on the ball.
he's
He's
a
very
mad.
comfy.
I wouldn't say he's a mad dribbler though.
No.
He's like
I've seen some
he's not a
comps that was
press
ripping
trigger.
couple of man, but you know how comps are.
What's
Anyway.
the transfer fee? This is the interesting part because what's the?
Apparently he has a release
40,
clause.
bro.
I thought he had a.
Did you say 20?
Nah, they won't
20
pay.
M's.
Lecce
They said
value
40,
is
but I
40,
think it's
which
20
is
or
crazy.
25.
Yeah, it is.
What
20.
you saying?
Bro.
What do you say? The release clause is 20.
No. I don't know how much his release clause is, but I just seen a report like earlier that Lecce value him at 40 million.
Yeah.
Nah, we
Which is
value
he's
not 40 million.
Garnacho
He's not 40 million.
at like 70
No, that's
million
good.
pounds. We're not getting
Yeah.
that. So
Mhm.
of course they're gonna have to say that to drive up the price.
Yeah, a score's
nah,
the
like-
max, man.
Dorgu, I've seen him like he can defend deep as well. Like I've seen him in and out of possession. In possession, like he's at the edge of the box, like in the corner, like he's there. You know what I'm saying? And he can play. I know where they're getting him. He can play
You can
both
play
sides.
both. You can play left wing back. I hear good things about him. I've heard good things
he can
about
play
him.
both. Yeah, he can play both.
You know what it is as well.
He can
yeah?
play both sides, and he's young.
Yeah, you know what it is as well. Yeah, he's quite athletic as well, which is good. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, yeah, if they want like 30 or something like that, yeah, just do another payment plan. Just do another 3-year deal where you pay like 8 million quid up front or 10 million quid and pay the rest off. Do you know what I mean? And then bring another player in. That's one thing that they're smart with INEOS. Like I would say, is like that's a smart model to bring in more players. Like if we get rid of Garnacho, that's effectively 2 to 3 players.
That's why I think it's so important to get rid of Garnacho. That's why you take the money and run right now.
You do take it.
Really it.
It's pure profit. It's pure profit as well.
100%.
But you know what it is though? When you go in negotiations, you know someone's interested, they've already offered you what 40 million euros is the offer, right? That we've had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I actually don't know.
That's a good point. So let's just say it's 40 million
euros. I'm gonna say euros.
Yeah, they're trying to get to about 40 to 40, 50 million pounds in it. So they're not far off. They just know that a club's interested in it. But if you keep that going for too long, then it's like, forget it, we'll go somewhere else.
No, but Leon as well, you gotta understand, Lecce is the club. Like Italian clubs are brass, bro. Them men are broke. So they need the money. Like
what if you slap 20 M's on them? You think they'll take it? Yeah.
Bro, they're
Definitely
taking it. Bro, Inter Milan would sell players if they could. Like they would take a 20 million right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them Italian clubs there, and especially Lecce, bro, a low table team. Like they're taking that money, and that money is gonna transform their team. That's gonna realistically, bro, because they get him in, and then bro, they're cheesing. So it's one of them ones. Like we will get him, and definitely not for 40. And it's one of those ones we can walk away and say, okay, we're gonna go get Kirkhead, for example. Like these teams want to sell their players. Don't get it twisted, guys.
Yeah. Bro, how I see it is like, for example, I mean, obviously this is just basic math, but how I see it is you sell Garnacho for the amount that he has. You can try to bring this the Dorgu guy for 20 million, and then there's another midfielder. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, Ryan Cherki from Lyon. He's 20 million.
Yeah.
He's
20.
I said,
20. Yeah, I heard it was like 22.5 million.
That's
22 now.
Have we been linked with him though, or is this just a great chic scouting thing?
I don't think we've been linked with him. I haven't heard anything, but there's been a lot of clubs that have been linked with him. He's 20 million.
But
get this guy in. He's a baller, man.
He's 21
years old. I hear nothing but good things about him as well.
What sort of other rumours then? So outside, let's just say Dorgu gets done. Is there anything else that we've been linked with, like positional wise?
The only thing I heard early was a striker, but that was early. But then there's it was Kolo Mawani, but he ended up going in Juventus, I think.
Yeah.
So that's it.
We need
it. Doesn't look like the 10 though, man.
Osman, that's the one.
I'd rather have the 10 than the striker, I'll be real.
I'd rather have a midfielder. I want a midfielder.
I'd rather have a midfielder,
I want an 8.
Yeah, Kobe's dying. Kobe's dying in that position, bro. Yeah, Kobe's dying in that position, bro.
Because play Kobe in the 10 though.
I've said this for time. I've said this so many times on Flawless channel and on Northside channel and on so many channels. Kobe Mainu is not an 8. He's a 10, bro. The way that man scored the goal against Wolves, Wolves and Liverpool, like that's a 10 goal, bro. That ain't no 8 goal, bro. That's a 10 goal, bro. But for some reason, Amorim does not see him as, I don't know.
Especially in this system as well, King. Yeah. Especially in this system, he's definitely a 10. I feel like when he plays for England, he can play a bit more deeper. He can play both because it works out for him. But definitely this system, you're right. You're right.
I think what Amorim's trying to do. I think Amorim's trying to make it. I think what Amorim's trying to do.
Trying to unlock something out of him.
No, I think he's trying to get him to play multiple positions, but it's just sometimes it's just obvious. Like you brought on Collier on, I've seen more in his cameos that he can hold down that position. I appreciate. I know what Amorim thinks. I think Amorim thinks he can unlock a better passing range from Kobe. Yeah, but it's just not his game to pick the ball up, to just to make some space. It's just not going to work right now. Yeah, so.
He doesn't have the variety of it, bro. He doesn't have the variety of it.
But he's not Pogba. He's just not going to be.
He's not like.
I think at another point too, he sees that midfield, and it's like in that position, I need somebody with some mobility who's technically secure, and the only person he actually trusts is Kobe. I know
even the mobility, Eddie. The mobility is not great. He's not like quick to.
No, I hear you, but
he plays the game at his pace.
It's just the fact that in that position, right?
Yeah.
There has to be some semblance of an outlet. He doesn't trust the other guys, even if Kobe doesn't move as well. He definitely moves better than Eriksen, or else I believe Eriksen would be out there.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to our lack of profiles and him trying to, and he's. Of course, we see it's not working. And so why he hasn't made the change to try him at left 10 when literally that's not working either, I think it's just the Bruno appointment, like how he kind of makes that shit work. I'm with y'all in the left 10 the left 10 argument. I believe
Portuguese
he should
watch.
be there.
Portuguese watch.
Yeah, it's just like, why is Bruno being so persistent with when we know too? You already showed you can get rid of Hoyland. Like you showed you can get rid of Rashford.
Yeah.
What's this Bruno persistence? And if it's the Portuguese watch, then it is what it is.
Here's the
Do you think
thing.
it's the
I said
armband?
this.
Do you think it's the
Here's the
armband?
thing as well, yeah.
Might be the
Nero,
armband, man.
Nero just brought up a great point, yeah. There's still little tweaks you can do. If you play Ericsson in the 10, people go, he hasn't got legs, he hasn't got legs. There's different ways of playing 10. If Put it this way, yeah. Put it this way.
Especially if you put someone like Kobe next to him or
put
something.
it this way, yeah. Put Ahmad on the right wing, yeah. Just in case, yeah. You can swap to 10 at any time, yeah. Put him on the right wing because we're lacking wingers right now, yeah. And then bring this yeah. Play Mainu and Ugarte if that's really what you want to do, even though that's not my choice, yeah. If you put Ericsson, yeah, Bruno and Zertsky, all of a sudden you've got Ericsson maybe in a right 10 role, which he played the other day and he played well in, yeah. Next to him, you've got Ahmad. On the other side, you've got Zertsky and you've got Maino. Now you've created comfortability within a number of the players together, as opposed to just saying Ericsson play 6 and get cooked at some point. Do you know what I mean? So that's a very good point for Nero because there's no reason why Garnacho, in my opinion, should have been playing a lot of games when Ericsson could have played there. And I know that sometimes you need legs, but more players to put their foot on the ball and play technical ball is never going to go really that bad, is it? So
they're really trying to phase out these expensive players. I think that's what it is because it doesn't make no sense.
Oh, yeah, but he was never going to get rid of him in January, though. He was never going to get rid of him in January.
And the thing is, like when you look at it, as well, like everyone by now should know what's needed in each role. I keep saying this: centre backs, the wide centre backs, we should know what's needed. Centre back, in that midfield. Like for example, look at Brighton. They had Beleva. That is the guy who should be right next to can play the vertical diagonal passes that we don't have in that midfield because. You see the problem with that two in the midfield, Mainu and Ugarte. We can't play that ball. We can't play the ball.
No.
We can't switch the play.
No line breaking.
It can't go far.
No.
Mainu can break lines, but what I'm trying to say is the ball, when we need to switch the
long
play,
range one, one.
Bro, when teams like to, we saw it against Southampton. The reason why we struggled, they just overloaded one side and we couldn't get out. We couldn't get out. We couldn't escape the pressure. And we couldn't play that ball. We couldn't send it across, and that's why we were struggling to play out. And then they forced us to play long to Hoyland. That was the game plan. They forced us to play to Hoyland, and Hoyland, you know that every time he's gonna get the ball centrally. He can't hold it up. You know what I'm saying?
So even what you're saying there, yeah, Kobe really isn't actually the guy. Do you know like who can punch a ball through the lines? That's not really his game, innit? It's not really his game.
Nah. Kobe, I'm saying like Kobe can do the line break, but I'm saying he can't do the long range. He hasn't got a long pass for me. He's not.
He's not like he's not a Modric. He's not a Cruz. He's not that type of player, bro. Like Kobe is not that type of player, bro. Like that's not his game. His game is 1-2s, bro. 1-2s, give and goals, bro. That's what Kobe is, bro.
Yeah, me passing me. But
pass and move,
Beleva, like I swear down, that's like the most perfect player.
He's cold.
He wants to do, like in that left double pivot, and he plays there already in the 3-2-5. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, he's cold. Beleva's cold. I've watched few. Yeah, he's cold.
Yeah, for real. But anyway, love to everyone that's locked in. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, you're going to get the show twice a week, people. So Mondays, 4:30 p.m. UK time, and the original Tuesdays, 4:30 p.m. UK time as well. It's going to be interesting to see what Manchester United do in the window. I hope we do some business, because we desperately need to do some business. Whether it's loan players, whether it's permanent transfers, or both. We need to do some business because...
No, you don't. Don't lie to the viewers. Don't lie to the viewers. We do no
I don't want us to do good business now. I don't want us to do good business now. Is that what you're saying, Leon?
I could be wrong, but doesn't Bruno Fernandes have a buyback clause for like 16?
Yeah, he does. I think it's at 14. Yeah.
I think he has 14. Since we brought it up. How many players, Leon? How many players do you think we bring in this month? The same question to you, Nero.
We're bringing, bro. We're bringing enough. Enough is the answer.
No, it's not 11. It's not enough because enough 11 wouldn't be enough.
Enough is one.
We bring in 2.
I think INEOS. Okay, cool. If you want my real answer,
yeah.
I think INEOS will bring players.
How many?
How many? However many they want.
All right,
However
sure.
many they
That's
want.
the belief, you know. That's the guy. That's the guy driving the car, you know. You treat that like Trey and get out.
best-
Black tie
Boys in the hood,
performance. Flawless
let me out
is
the car.
proud on the low. Don't worry about it, Nero. That's your first
Yeah.
black tie performance.
Like I said, it best be, bro.
That's my
It best be,
first
bro.
what?
It best be, bro. Or otherwise, bro. Words with Roy Keane, man. I be swinging punches at these guys in the dressing room and that. Fam, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like Saeed said, bro, outside the car park, bro. You know what I'm saying? It best be. I will lose it, bro. Bro, I be like Sid from Toy Story, fam. I will lose my head, brother. Yeah.
Trust me. I hear
Listen.
Wait. What did Eddie say? What did
Eddie
Eddie say?
said, because Eddie says I'm a master of the dark art, so he says I'm like Simeone, you know, in the black tie, in the black suit. You know what I'm saying? That's what he says. I'm like that. So he said he's proud of your performance. Well, I know he's saying I'd be proud of your performance on this live stream because it is. I don't know where he gets this from. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? But he says it all the time.
Nah.
You know
I've been knowing
exactly
about
why.
the Simeone thing.
Don't do that.
Nah, you know, Flawless is low key on that closing ball, you know, like he's on that evil football. I know you, bro. I've been watching the pro clubs and that.
The pro club's got flair still. You know what I'm saying? The attacker's got flair. Of course, it's rigid defensively because you have to be. But up top, like Grim's in the chat, like them are very, very flary and expressive. There's a system. Everyone knows their goddamn job. They'll say that much.
I think it's only right while we're all here too, Flawless, that you know we wish Anthony a farewell on his loan.
Yours, you take it away,
on his loan. Been a humble servant of the club while he's been here. You know, to his credit, when he was on the pitch, we actually were playing better. I know how much you love that one, Flawless. So
facts, man. Hey, facts, 110%, man.
This is what we're here for. Go kill it in Real Betis, get that transfer value up, and then better we'll see what we see, man. It's just
scored all them quality goals.
Anthony's better than Garnacho, bro. He's better than Garnacho and Rashford, innit?
I switched the tent, so it kind of looks different every time I watch it.
Yeah, man. All that GNA goals, man. Games and appearances. Shout out to
Anthony. Eddie. Vitor Roque. Them man about to do a madness, bro. The Brazilian connection. I see the vision.
See,
Grim plays in the pro clubs team. Do your job, facts. That's all it is. And Grim the striker. You know what I'm saying? Plays as a striker. I know what they have to do. They know what they have to do. That's why we top 100 in the world. You know what I'm saying? Bad boy manager.
Fair enough. What in the world?
Yes, in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the rankings, we've been top 100 before.
I swear.
Different, man. Come on now.
Level. That's level.
Yeah, and that's without that's players missing as well. We had a full team. Be on smoke. I wish my team had a system on clubs. These frauds. Hey, Lucian, man, he's got better. You get instruction. Just get a system that works and then just run it there, man. Like, that's it. But yeah, people, we are gonna close out. Love to everyone that's locked in. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Chic TV. Make sure you follow Leon on all his socials. Make sure you subscribe to Rhino MG TV. Make sure you subscribe, follow him on all his socials as well. Shouts to King, Eddie, Nero, Connect. Well, we are going to be live on the playback in about 25 minutes, people. Chelsea are playing Wolves in the Premier League, so that watch along will be going down. Not here on the YouTube, it'll be on the Sarcasm City TV playback. So I'll probably go live in the next, about 15, 20, 25, around that. So get over to the playback, download the app, all that good stuff as well. But Sheik, let them know what you got coming up today, the rest of the week on Sheik TV, and where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Big up to everyone. Obviously, Flawless, thank you for having me on the channel once again. Shout out to the co-panelists. Shout out to the chat as well, man. Make sure you guys are running up the likes and supporting all of us. But yeah, I have Mud Brothers today, 11 p.m. UK time. So I'm going to get cooked for this Brighton performance that we had. But we're also going to cook Arsenal because, that's just the daily thing that we do. So, yeah. Check that out. Grim's going to be there. Grim's in the chat. Grim, I'm going to send you the link in a little bit. But yeah, he's going to be there. So check that out. 11 p.m. UK time on Chic TV. I know it's the same time as back again. But if you guys could just go there and leave a like, we'll appreciate that.
Both 2 tabs you lot, man. I was saying, you lot can do that. Open up 2 tabs. Leon, let them know what you got coming up. Well, not even on your channel, but what you're doing. Obviously, I see you out here, man. Healthy living and all that. Love to see it, man.
We're getting there, man. Yeah, signed up for the 66 fitness challenge. You got to train for 66 days. So it's just holding me accountable to better habits and to just documenting the process. So on my socials, you see me documenting it. Obviously, I got my running club as well. We're doing our first fitness event this Saturday. And yeah, man, we're looking forward to a big summer. I'll have to invite everyone down. We're doing sports day this summer. We're just about to do the venue. Yeah, we had about 200 people there last time, so we're looking to about 1,000 people. Like, you know, sports day gets competitive though, innit? So like, yeah, it starts getting smoky. Yeah. But yeah, apart from that, man, everything I'm at, all my boxing stuff and that is on is at Leon's Reality, or just hit me up. I know some people have been showing some love as well, so big up, man. And Nero, big up on your B-days every day, my bro.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, you lot make sure, man, you follow Leon with everything that he's got going on. I don't know if Rhino, you there? I'm not even sure if Rhino's there. But make sure you follow Rhino on his
It's
channel.
cool. Me and Nero are here to hold you accountable for when we sign a player, and then we get the channel. It's blessed.
Bro,
Yeah,
man's
you
here,
don't get
bro.
it. Yeah, serious. What I'm saying. But I
I
hold
want
you
the
accountable
keys,
for
the
certain
keys
stuff
to
and it's like,
Sarcasm
don't run
City
that narrative.
TV.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that will run the deadline show 100% that
Yeah,
day.
man.
If we sign one player, we'll definitely 100% will do the deadline. Sure.
What, so
Bro,
you're gonna send me?
I was scared this whole
You're gonna
stream. I was like, bro, the worst thing that could happen right now is we get a Fabrizio tweet or an Orson tweet, a here we go or something like that, or that we're in links with a player.
And you know what? I would
on
have took
stream.
I would have took the banter for it helping the team. I want to be wrong on this. I want to be wrong.
Same, bro.
100%. I hope we do bring in, as Nero said, players as many as they want. I hope they bring in 4 or 5 players.
As many as they want.
You as many as they want, but we all know that's a dream. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't happening. 20th of January, and all of a sudden, in the next 11, 12 days, we gonna bring in 3, 4 players. Yeah. Sure.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll see, man. Hopefully, man. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? The best we, bro. You know, the way they get Rashford out, get Garnacho out. Then next season, bro, get Rasmus out, bro. Get Bruno out. Bring in some proper ballers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bring in Ryan Cherky, bro.
Second half of the season,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, I like King,
shot,
man. I like King.
Bring in Ryan Cherky, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bring Ryan Cherky. Ryan Cherky, Lookman, them man there, bro. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? I can't be watching, you know, Bruno Fernandes doing hoof, bro, brother. Rasmus Højlund, good to beat it, Gordon Ramsay, brother. Man, can't have that, bro. You don't know what I'm saying?
Gordon Ramsay, nah. Hello,
seriously though, bring in Ryan Cherky, man. It don't work out. He's 20 million.
Yeah, man.
You could actually flip that for more too. He's only 20
Nah,
million.
but Man United will buy him when he's worth 80 million. That's what we do.
That's what we do, man.
Yeah, we would do it. Anthony thing, bro. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? INEOS decided as many players as they want, as you said, Nero. So they good.
Yeah, man.
And Nero, he really gonna hold you to this every stream now.
I'm saying. It's good. So I get held to my words, but when I do it to other people, it's a problem.
No, I don't mind that.
I'm with you, I'm on your side.
But if they don't sign anyone, listen. If they don't sign anyone, I'm not INEOS. INEOS.
Come on, blood. Yeah.
Bro. I ain't fighting no one. Listen, they can do what they
peaceful
want.
Protest, man. Peaceful protest is peaceful. It's all peaceful, man.
It's one of them.
Yeah, man. Trust the process, man. You know what I'm saying?
I've been doing that for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It still ain't won a trophy.
Bro, the car park looking like a roll.
Serious, yo. I have to sell tickets.
And then the intro music just hits and someone's there, man. Like, that's just,
You just come running down the rap. I hear that. Eddie, anything you want to add before we close out?
Nah, man, this was dope, man. Y'all make sure y'all support everybody on the stream. I might be on the playback, but if not, y'all make sure y'all over there. And yeah, man, appreciate this.
Yeah, 100%. And don't forget as well, people, do not forget, people, this show and all the other shows you see on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs and the fan calling show, are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. Flawless, I thought we was family. That shot almost killed me. Hey, Grim, after what happened with me and you on Pro Club when we was playing against each other, we like, nah, never again. So for those that don't know, Grim's a bad boy striker on Pro Clubs. Cold. And I'm obviously I play centre back. And we are playing against each other. And Grim just started busting out skills I've never seen him do before. I'm like, all right, you just take a lip. He's cooked me. At points. It was a great battle though. But yeah, Grim, I'm still not over that. But again, Spotify, make sure you follow us, 5-star us on there, same iTunes, Apple Podcast. Eddie mentioned already, get over to the playback, people, where we will be watching Chelsea Wolves. And then obviously back again 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Mentioned as well. And then I'm going to run a solo Q&A after that. So whenever back again finishes, I will definitely 110% run a solo sports Q&A. So it'll probably be like 1 a.m., maybe 1:30 a.m. But straight after back again, we'll be back on here. But everything I've mentioned All the shows are on the upcoming live stream schedule on the YouTube. So, all the shows that are coming up for the rest of the week. Same with the playback as well. All of the shows that are coming up for the rest of the week. I will add some more NBA watch-alongs as well. But we got a couple of games like Wednesday night too. I think it's a Wednesday night, Tuesday night, and obviously Europe's back as well. So big up, love to everyone that's locked in. Who's indeed live? Let's see.
Get Flawless to 14K as well, bro. Like, bro, we were 22. Flawless were 22 subscribers away, bro. That best be hit, brother. You know what I'm saying? 22 subscribers.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button, people.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we get to
Is
celebrate.
there a party?
Yeah. I run a party. Yeah. Whenever we hit, I run a party.
Yeah, man.
Friday.
Big up
Saturday.
everyone, though, man. Big up Flawless, obviously big up Sheik as well for having me on as well. Big up Eddie as well, as always. That's my guy, bro. Big up Leon as well, bro. Big up Leon Rhino. I see the man on the Mandem talk, bro. Big the man up in it. Big up Nero as well, fam. Big up all the Mandem, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, King blessings, man. You already know, Young G. And big up, Grim. Appreciate the kind words in that. Bro, less of that, one of the best Bs I've seen on clubs. If Man U had you, bro, the club would be in a better place. It's facts if they had my character. Just add some fucking pace and power to them.
Like I said, man, Flawless has more Molyneux masterclass than Bruno Fernandes himself. But nobody wants to have this conversation. It is what it
I was
is,
on the
man.
pitch longer anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You were
comfortable
too. You were on the pitch,
conversation.
Yeah, man.
It was mad.
Crazy.
But yeah, we're going to redirect people. Northside's live, probably going mad because he said Ancelotti leaving Madrid. I tell you, we found your replacement. So put Sarcasm City TV rate in the chat because Northside is going crazy right now. I already know. So
trust the process, bro.
Yes, there we go.
Put the trust the process in the chat, bro.
TV rate as well. Big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Man Them United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. So
let's go.